Hey, welcome back to the MJ Trip studio. I'm about to show you my podcast with Sully, the famous Sully from, Sully's Mod. I call him ModSully. Tycho Lindeboom, it's a Dutch guy. He's a really chill dude. I hadn't ever talked to him before, but the conversation went wild and we went on for way longer than I expected, which is really nice. So I'm sure you'll enjoy our podcast together. I wanted to make a point to record an intro with Skal. So I did. It's coming up after this little clip. There's a little 7-minute little fun gag reel with Skal where we look at the new features of my resource pack, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like MJ trips and this whole video, this whole fucking shebang I'm doing over here. It's kind of like a seeing a comedian live, right? And then having him have an opener, right? And then I'm the main act. Me and Sully are the main act, and then Skal's the opener. And that doesn't, Skal's a great guy. And that's coming up. Anyway, I always go on for way too long. That's why this video is so fucking long. But you're gonna enjoy it. Trust me. You're just gonna sit here. You're gonna watch me talk about my Minecraft resource pack, which is some nerd stuff, but it's just some cool changes. And if you're into nerd stuff, you'll really like these changes that I've made for my resource pack. The update will be available when this video is out. So it's Sunday today. Congratulations. Happy barely default release day. Yeah. Enjoy that 7-minute clip with Skal, and then after that I'll be hosting you the wonderful podcast with ModSully and MJ, which is me. I'm MJ. Gee, I'm buff as fuck, dude. I've been working out. Jesus Christ. All right, enjoy. In another, check it out, bitch.
Oh my god.
Fucking
It's been a while since I've been involved in a resource pack video before.
I wasn't supposed to be in another. Sorry, I did set up some shit yesterday. But I wasn't supposed to be in the nether, but that's fine. Okay.
Was that ancient debris that I saw? What the fuck is going on here?
Okay, ignore all this. I was supposed to have this set up, but I got home late because I was getting flowers from my girlfriend.
Oh, I love your gold colors. They are very nice.
Thank you, man. Okay, this is Beacon Town. I don't know if you're familiar with Beacon Town from Minecraft Story Mode. I didn't make this. Some guy on Planet Minecraft made this.
Ah.
Yeah, so we're supposed to start here, and I was supposed to be like, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Mickey Joe Minecraft. Fucking hell, we're down here in Beacon Town with Skaliber. He's complimenting my shit. Look at this.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yay. First on my changelog, check it out, guys. I've turned deep slate slabs. I've gave him a slab texture, right? So you can actually have the classic, right? Everyone does this, right? You've done this, right? Skal, you did this, right?
Yeah.
If you feel to steal this, right? Your boys made it, and it's pixel art, so it's basically perfect, right?
Very nice.
Wait, what was I doing here? Oh, fuck, man.
What were you
I
doing?
have to show you. Oh, wait, I know.
Pepper.
Yeah, purple, bro. Okay, so purple basically now has little flowers sticking out sometimes. Rarely.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it just can be on any faces, and it only appears when the purple is placed in the end, right? So
nice.
It does never fuck with your build if you're like using it in like, I don't know how, whatever. Like in the Nether Nova world, doesn't appear. Pretty cool. Pretty cool
Indeed.
Small little change. We have to kill ourselves again to get back to my main menu. Are you nostalgic at all when you look at Beacon Town? Because this is kind of pretty.
I've never seen it before. It looks cool, yeah. No, I've never seen it before. Would you believe it?
Oh, wow. So what's your official first impression? Look, there's a clock in there. Isn't that clever?
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah. Cool, man.
It's cute, honestly.
Right, it is, right? It kind of gives you that first few days of Minecraft vibes, but then on steroids. Like on acid, maybe.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Everything's built quite randomly.
This is the next big change. Fuck yeah, dude. Look. See that?
Is that the Mojang logo?
It is the Mojang logo.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Nice. It's cool, right? Because look, it's already canon in the game, right? It's called the thing, right? Mojang logo.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, okay, so it's just like this ancient weird thing. Sure, fuck it, fuck it. And it's really rare, just a rare random face. It barely shows up here. And this is what it would look like if you encountered one in the wild. It's just like, hey, hold on a minute, what's that? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Finding one of them naturally would be so hard. But
yeah, but that's the point. Like, listen, the player to play with my reach pack is actually someone who doesn't watch this video, who's just like, oh, I'll try it out, and then plays with all your buddies, and it's like, what the fuck is this, guys? Just immersion.
True. I had this thought recently, right? If you make something which is really, really specific, and maybe say like only 1 in 1,000 people actually get to experience it the way that you expected, that is still more than zero. Like, it doesn't matter how many people actually get to experience it firsthand. You know, it's going to be appreciated by someone eventually.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's a really cool feature, honestly.
Thank you, man. But your pack is really good at that as well, right? Like in Celesti, there's like the big creatures, like the big strider creatures. You know?
Yeah.
I'm such a nerd, dude. Know all these commands. How do you do the time? Do you always just do 999 like me?
Honestly, no. I usually just put it for a set amount of time, and then if I need to make it infinite, I just put like a command block on the floor. Do that.
Wow,
instead.
really? I just do 99 seconds and then it just doesn't load. Yeah, so it's gonna be really fun to fly around this room with you in. This is like the big party room in Minecraft Story mode. These are all the armor sets. I'm sure you've seen them before.
I have.
Big fan of these. They're all taken from the game or inspired. Yeah, they're all taken from the game basically. Like I tried to recreate them, kind of have them match the Minecraft art style, and then just Bazoinks. I had to make up helmets for most of them because a lot of them didn't have helmets.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then I ended up adding the swords, right? Like the nether fancy swords. And then the tools followed, and now I have this huge amount of customizations. This is really fun for players. Like if you wanna play with your friends, you know, just like choose a. You choose a skin to like kind of express yourself, and then everyone in the server wears netherite, right? It's like the classic thing. Like I'm sure we've talked about it, Skal.
It's cool, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like it. Honestly, if I was to do something similar to this in my pack, I would just ignore the material that it was and make it look completely unique. So the fact that you've gone to the effort of making this work for every material as well is crazy. Or is it just the netherite stuff that can have this applied to it?
No, it's the crazy colors is just netherite, because netherite is endgame stuff anyways. Like it's a lot of work to implement this, and like I'll do it for all the other tiers just because it's kind of fun. If you're early game and it only costs one level, just fuck it, just do it. To get immersed, that's fine with me. But I'm not gonna add all the custom, because it's also kind of a reward, right? Like netherite. For me, when I play with the game, I really want netherite now, and I'm serious about this because I want to get all this shit. I want to because you can display. Oh, dude, this nerds me the fuck out, dude. Like, I also added the command block tools. What do you think of these?
Pretty good.
Right? It's animated, and then I've also added
using a fake high resolution, or am I just weird that shovel looks odd?
They're just good textures, dude.
That's good.
Good pixel art. Yeah, it's good pixel art, dude. That's the whole point, bro. And then look at the fucking netherite ones are even cooler. The netherite command block. This is all like in-game lore. There's like a whole.
Did you design all of those then? So the sword is taken from the game, and the rest of the tools you designed, right?
Well, I designed most of them, but there's a lot of inspo from everywhere. Like the axe obviously is inspired by Minecraft Dungeons, and then the hoe is like inspired by a random texture I found online, and then the shovel is mostly me though, and the shovel is very good in my opinion. Like if you take a look at the shovels, I think the shovels are so immersive. You know what I mean?
Oh, they break down as well. That's good.
Of course they do. That's why this took me so fucking long. I had to do this for all of these fucking things. And netherite breaks down. It shows the diamond, like the classic.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
You have to squeeze in here. Yeah.
Nice.
It's good though, right? This is inspired by a pickaxe that Ella made. Thank you. You can use them if you want.
I most certainly will. That is good.
And also Ella helped me tweak the axe. That's so good. Ella is like a pixel art goddess. Fuck yeah. So that's my little update.
It's a lot of good. It's a lot of good.
Which one's your favorite?
Oh, honestly, I think it's the first one. Literally just the first one on the very left.
This one?
Like just the blue and gold.
I like that one
as
well.
A nice combination.
I like it as well. Hope you enjoyed that little 7-minute little thingy with Skal. I thought it was really quirky, really funny. Just showing off the features. I didn't want to do it alone. And Skal, I'm encouraging Skaliber to do a weekly video to kind of, keep his channel alive and kind of, I don't know, keep that momentum, right? Which is also what I'm doing by doing these podcasts and making them like this weird mess of like a weird storyline and like clips woven together. But that's fun shit, man. You can look at any of my older videos and have a really good time because they're out there, right? And you're obviously still watching, right? That past video is pretty entertaining, but retrospect is pretty cool. And now check out my 2-hour long podcast with ModSully. Tycho Lindeboom, boom. A really cool fucking guy. Has worked on so many mods. We get into like weird political territory. We talk about religion. We talk about our fears. It's just drugs. We just talk about it. We don't actually. It's always a weird one doing MJ trips and then me being so passionate about Minecraft. You know what I mean? It's always like, but here we are. Enjoy. Anyway, just enjoy the podcast with Sully. It's coming now. I'm telling you now.
Sure.
I'll stop recording then. Yeah, you ready to speak English with me, Sully?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Do you mind what do you want me to call the podcast episode? MJ Trips with Tycho Lindeboom, which is that's
Probably
my
Sully. People. My name is very hard to pronounce in most languages besides Dutch. So
yeah. No one's gonna be able to say Tycho.
I'm-
Tycho.
No.
Tycho.
If you did you see the clay claim video? The video that the guy he made with the buff axolotl. The guy pronounces my name as Tycho Lindeboom.
Tycho
and
is
my,
pretty impressive.
Classmate. Yeah, it's a German man. So. Nee, Tycho. Hij zegt Tycho Lindeboom.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not that
Um,
impressive then.
My friend constantly quotes the guy.
Wait, show it to me.
Every day.
I haven't seen it. Tycho Lindeboom.
Tycho Lindeboom. The guy has an interesting accent. So, you want to talk about 1.19?
Oh yeah, because
Are you recording yet?
yeah, I'm recording now. I mean, I can edit. I always edit my podcast episodes. So even if you want to talk about edgy subjects and later you want me to edit it out, that's fine. Yeah, no.
All right.
Tycho Lindeboom. I wanted to. I'm just gonna no contact just call you Tycho Lindeboom. Yeah, Tycho Lindeboom.
Sure.
Hey guys, welcome to MJ Trips with Tycho Lindeboom. Woo! Nice. Thanks for the sound effects. That's very cool. Woo! I got some of my own as well. Yeah, I wanted to talk with you about the 1.19 update because I saw you have some hot takes on Twitter about it, and people are very mad about the update for some reason. I don't really get that.
There's one tweet I made with that I just said the Minecraft community makes me depressed today, and it's like 40% people who agree and 40% who just thrashes me. It's a very bizarre thread.
Oh, where is it?
Let me
Is
see.
it on ModSully or
It's
Ghost
on
by
Twitter.
Sully?
I don't think I deleted it.
Oh, it must be on
I found
ModSully.
it. It has. Let me see. It has 82 replies, 864 likes.
Jesus fucking Christ!
For some reason, every post I make about the 1.19 update gets just numbers, which is stupid.
Oh, that's great. That
Decided
means-
yesterday.
that means
yesterday,
good things for this
I literally
podcast.
just tweeted the word Terraria, and it got more likes than most of my posts.
Which account? I'm on ModSully right now, but you have two, right? You got Ghost by Sully and you
Yeah,
got ModSully.
my ModSully is mainly for Minecraft and for games, and my other one is for just people I think who are funny, and just everything except for the Minecraft community.
Actually, I've never looked at your Twitter in detail like this. You actually get a lot of fucking traction. Jesus fucking Christ!
Stupid. I don't
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, why are people so
I
mad?
barely.
Yeah, go.
The 1.19 update is just very controversial in general.
Is it because
it's like
no, there's Discord
mainly?
delay?
I
So
think it's mainly because the update is smaller than people initially expected.
what do they expect? This is basically, I mean, the
Um,
Fireflies, I guess, is the only feature that
Of course,
didn't make it in.
Fireflies, the Birch Forest, and like more updates in general. Of course, it's just disappointing. I'm disappointed as well. It's less than we originally thought. But I don't think it's too much of a problem, especially thinking back at older updates. Like we got a lot of giant updates past few years. We got started off with the what was the Oceanic update,
Right.
upgrade aquatic of so.
Yeah,
And
that was
upgrade aquatic
the
is pretty
first
smart.
big update where they suddenly that was a
Yeah,
game changer, right? Where suddenly,
huge.
yeah.
Everyone came back to the game.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yeah.
you got what the
Village and Pillage.
pillage update.
And then you had the Bees update, which was a smaller update as well, but nobody was really mad
Smaller
about
update
that.
again. It's just
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that update very much, mainly because the bees were added. Bees were added for the flower forest, and the flower forest is my least favorite biome in the entire game. I hate the colder biomes, but I dislike the flower forests quite a lot.
All right.
Um,
Why do you dislike
so
them?
it's I don't know. I just don't like the look of them.
Kind of random.
Yeah,
Hmm.
they're fine, I guess. They're not very special. They don't seem as like a separate biome. They're just a variant of, like, you have the jungle biome. Jungle biome is you have the, like, jungle edge and all stuff like that.
Mhm.
It just feels like a variant of a forest, but slightly more boring because I don't think trees become as large there. Don't quote me on that. I'm an idiot. Yesterday, somebody had to explain the difference between all pressure plates to me, and I've been playing this game for more than 10 years. So please don't remind me of my stupidity.
All right, please, everyone, go to the comments and remind Sully of his stupidity.
Yes. Fuck me over.
Damn, that sounded so intense. Jesus Christ.
I didn't really vibe with the 1.15 update. It wasn't really. It's fine. It's just a middle.
Is that the
update,
B update?
I understand as well. It's a B update, yes.
They should have added the Moobloom.
Yeah.
What? You got controversial takes on that as well?
I hate Pisco. I hate it.
Who cares? Just add it to Minecraft, man. It's already in the lore. Just add it, you know.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just mediocre.
Yeah, of course it is. But so many mobs are mediocre. I mean, we've got polar bears.
Yeah.
I mean, creepers honestly didn't have a use since... I mean, before they added Elytra, honestly, creepers didn't have a use. Like, I remember having stacks on gunpowder, because I wasn't going to blow up my base or my buddy's base with TNT, so gunpowder was basically useless, right? Until they added fireworks, and suddenly it's like the most valuable thing in the game.
I'm just... I tend to sound more cynical than I actually am, by the way.
That's fine. Super cynical Sully.
Yeah. I just didn't really vibe with the update. It was fine. I understood that there had to be like a smaller one. Looking back at older updates again.
They did also fix a lot of bugs, if I recall correctly.
Yes, that was the main problem, because the water update and the villager update just added a lot of bugs. So it's just fine. It's a fixer update. Then the Nether update came, I believe.
Which was also a game changer, again.
Huge game changer. Just a lot of things in an instant, because like the Nether was just nothing, literally nothing. So they couldn't just add 1 or 2 biomes. They had to add 4 biomes. 2 of which are just pretty much recolors of each other, which is fine. They look great, but it's still just a similar biome, which is. I don't think people tend to consider those as similar, because I think they use very similar code in very like.
Yeah, but they do have different behaviors. Like one has Enderman and the other has Hoglins.
It's definitely an incredible update. Incredible stuff. Great features. I'm still very much in love with it. I can't really go back to the 1.15 or earlier.
Imagine the Minecraft before. If you had to play Minecraft right now before the update aquatic, you'd go into the ocean and just be like, what the fuck? I can't even swim.
It's incredibly boring without mods.
So
Even with mods, I don't play Minecraft as much as I used to do. I sometimes play it with friends now, and mainly if I do it alone, it's with mods. Like RLCraft, I need something challenging. I rarely finish it. I've never finished it even. I just like to explore the modded worlds. It's just fun to me. Then I get bored when I actually have to do stuff. But the oceans are just incredibly boring. There's everything for me. A good update is just if I can go back to earlier versions, and I haven't been able to since like the B update. I have been able to go back. Right. It's just one feature and a lot of bugs. That's fine. Right. But I can't really go back to vanilla 1.12, vanilla 1.15.
Imagine 1.8, bro. Before they revamped combat. There's still people playing that update. That baffles my mind.
Yeah, I don't understand it as well. It's weird. It's very weird. It's like I understand it for servers for Hypixel. I recently played Hypixel for the first time in years. My friends wanted to do that Pixel Painters game,
I've done that.
which I can't play for my life. I I got incredibly angry. I just fucked around. I made a little dinosaur. I didn't spend more than like 3 seconds on it, and I won, which is bullshit. It's stupid.
Yeah, but the
I
problem with
understand.
games like that is that there's nerds on there that play 24/7, and they know
Yeah.
the entire list of
Just the things that hit.
yeah.
They know what hits.
Yeah, and so if you make one stroke, they're like, "Oh, it's green. It can't be a fucking flower or whatever." Like they just have the list in memorized, right? They know, oh, it's probably this,
Yes.
you know. So if you just join
Yeah.
in there, you're not a fucking hardcore nerd like all those kids on there. You're gonna have a weird experience because all these kids are gonna guess
Yeah. It's
extremely
fine
accurate.
to play those games.
It's fun if you're
I
with
rather
just
play
friends,
something-
right? If you have a big
Yes,
list of friends.
It's basically just a bare bones Scribblio or bare bones. What is it called? What's the new game? I feel like a boomer. Gartic Phone. Gartic Phone is insanely fun. I play it frequently. I get incredibly cursed and pictures from it that I literally can't share on the internet because I just get shit on immediately.
All right.
Let me see if I can find one. Because we got a special chat for those. I actually just can't post those on my Twitter. I don't think. I think I get a lot of backlash.
Why are they not safe for work?
Definitely not. With my humor, I tend to like try to find the border.
You should share those in the KKK,
um,
bro. I mean, we love shit like that.
Yeah. I will.
And I can host some on MD
I-
trips. If you got links, just share them in the chat.
Yes. All right. I'm trying to find it back. Some images. They're just insane. They're just stupid. Where are the images? Can't find them. Are they deleted? Let me see. We send a lot of shit posts in this chat.
It's
so
basically like 20 seconds, right? Like draw. What's it called?
you got like
on Hypixel?
you can configure the timer on your own. You just got to make a sentence. Think of a sentence. Then the next person has to draw something from your sentence. Then the next person has to make a sentence about your drawing, describing what it is, and then repeat the process. So you get like fucked up images at the end. And
so it's like a game of telephone, maybe, like a little bit of that.
yeah. It's Gartic Phone. That's the whole thing.
I mean,
let
I'm
me
talking with you like as if I know it, but I've never played it. I've no idea what it is.
It's really fun. But to me, I'm a guy who likes humor that tries to find the edge, like I said.
Same.
So I have to hold back with humor on Twitter and on most things because I just don't think people understand me right. Besides, I have a bad habit of reading like an idiot. My tweets, I don't read them back usually, so I have to delete tweets often because I just think maybe this is a bit too far, even though it's just below my standard. I make sexual jokes very often, very stupid ones. Like
Those
I
are the
made
best
one-
jokes.
Those are the best ones. I make the way I make clear that I'm ironic is like a sun what's it, sunglass emoji, like one of those, because that's just immediately signifies you're being
You
ironic
also
usually.
have quite a big because of your Minecraft art, obviously, because Minecraft resource packs and Minecraft modeling is such a weird niche that we got into.
Yeah.
But because of that, you've built quite a big following, and also it's weird. It's weird to consider, but it is something you have to consider. A lot of those people might be kids, you know.
Exactly. Yes,
Mhm.
I
I
am.
get you. I'm the same
I
way.
have.
Although I
have a
care
bad.
less.
Yeah, I have a bad habit to curse easily. I just swear a lot, which isn't a good thing. I really don't think it is.
Why not? Why not? People tell me that as well. People have literally commented on, like, I have a resource pack. I mean, you know, obviously, barely default resource pack. I've done some resource pack review videos, and people tell me your swearing really degrades the video. Like, I literally get comments like that, but I don't even notice if I swear. It's become so normalized for me.
It's like it's like a like it just pauses the sentence for a bit. I think
I guess, but
swearing
it
a
also
lot is
expresses
usually-
it expresses
Yes,
something.
make
It's not. It's not
yeah.
completely
Yeah, I mean,
useless, right? In my opinion, swearing.
it's kind of the way I see it is just it's a kind of the proof of a broken vocabulary.
Swearing, you
It's
think?
just easy. It's easy. It's just easy to say. It gives you some more time to say things.
Right, because
If you
I'll go, yeah, that's just fucking, and then I think while I say
Yeah,
fucking,
exactly. Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay,
It's
yeah, no,
just
yeah, I get what you're saying. You're right. But sometimes it can be nice because it's like an
no,
expression
no.
of.
It's fine. I do it a lot, quite a lot. It's not a good thing. I don't think it's in the long term. It's not a good thing to swear a lot on social media,
Mm,
especially if you're in the uh, I want to maybe I want to consider doing something with teaching or with something
right,
with making something.
I
I
get you.
don't
I get you.
assume my Minecraft things are gonna be a career. I don't think that is a very realistic thought, the realistic dream to think, oh, I'm gonna work at Mojang someday. Oh, I'm gonna earn my money with Minecraft models. I don't think that's a very realistic dream, although it would be nice.
I mean, you could. I mean,
Um,
I don't know why, but for some reason you've already captured the public eye of Minecraft a couple of times. Like with your buff axolotl, that was like an instant classic, right? That was like instantly.
You know how when I made that, by the way? I made that at 3 a.m. in the morning. I woke up, my computer was at my desk. I thought, Buffex Lotto, it'll be funny. Then I go to my computer, make it in like half an hour, maybe an hour. Make a really quick blender render, put a lazy ass fire picture behind it that I already had on my computer. Then I sent it off to Reddit and went to sleep. That's all I think. All
That
I
was
did. I
God,
put it on
dude.
Twitter, I think.
That wasn't you. That was God doing that. God wake you up.
Those
God spoke through you in
exactly
that
yes.
moment, right?
I didn't sleep that whole night, and when I don't sleep, I get to I think of stupid jokes, and I think of stupid things
I'm
to
the same
make
way.
me to
I'm the same
entertain
way.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
Or I have something like I repeat words in my head as if it's like a song. You know how you can have a song in your head? I
Right.
sometimes have the
Sure.
same thing with words, so I just repeat the same word
Like buff
constantly.
axolotl, buff axolotl, buff axolotl.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what happened, and
I
I
like
made
I
it.
like how in your Twitter bio it's a hashtag buff axolotl, so it's even more relevant, right?
Yeah, it gets more attention. I don't really need attention. I kind of hate attention.
No, bro. I
It's
mean, this is why.
I'm
What the fuck, dude? This is your this. That's how you actually turn your Minecraft career into a way that makes money by getting the attention, dude. I mean,
yeah, I
cherish
know.
those
I
4,300
like to get
followers.
attention, physical,
50.
like people talking to me. I like talking to people. I'm a very social guy.
You sound like a social
But
guy. I didn't know you were so
hmm?
chill because we'd never actually really called before this. But you sound like a really chill guy.
Thanks.
Where are you from, actually? I mean, maybe you don't want to say
I'm
that.
I'm from Kampen. Kampen. Dat is dicht bij Zwolle. Dat is heel dicht bij Zwolle.
Interesting.
Close to Zwolle. I forgot.
Swole axolotl. Hey,
Zwolle.
swole.
Zwolle is one of the main cities from Overijssel. It's like the main city from Overijssel. What is the capital of Overijssel? Is capital like? No, capital is like
Yeah, capital. Yeah.
city of the country, right?
No,
I'm stupid.
you can have a capital of a municipality, right? Or is it a municipality?
I think so.
Provincie?
I have
Province.
no clue. Province, yes, it's province. I think so. Let it rest.
Yeah, it's not relevant.
What was I talking
Moving on.
about?
Buff axolotl traction. This went all over the place. It started with 1.9 the 1.9
Yes.
update, and this went all over the place. But that's fine. That's how I like it, man. It's MD trips. So
What do you? I wanted to talk about what you watch on YouTube because I'm genuinely curious.
what I watch on
You
YouTube.
do a lot of stuff with YouTube.
Mhm.
Yes.
YouTube is
what do
definitely
you
my
watch?
dream. All right. I used to watch a lot of Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan has become a weirdly big guy. Like I guess a lot of Americans really admire him, and I think it's kind of changed context. Like I just like Joe Rogan as a Dutch guy. I just liked him because he was funny. I didn't really
He's-
attach any political
No.
view to
nah,
it.
I
For me, it was just like,
understand- I
oh, a
understand that.
comedian.
He's an
and he has-
interesting guy.
Yeah, and he works
He's
out.
an incredibly interesting guy. I
is.
don't listen to the guy. I sometimes get the clips of him just being insane. I just like
Yeah, but I'm insane
seeing
too, you know.
people
I mean,
being
if
weird.
you watch all my podcasts, you'd find like these wild moments, wild things I've said. Like any bow hunts, that's really inspiring to me. And he works out like crazy, and he just seems like a really. I don't know, just like an interesting guy, but I haven't watched him as much because of all the controversy surrounding him. Like people get mad now if you say you like Joe Rogan. People are like, "Hey, fuck you, dude." You know what I mean? Like it's kind of sucked the
Yeah,
fun out for me a little bit.
I know.
Um,
I wouldn't watch him necessarily, but sometimes skip clips. He's an interesting guy, mainly because he's just batshit crazy. He just talks to really weird people, and he just often gets in arguments with them, which is very fun. I like watching people have arguments.
yeah, me too.
But
He
yeah,
hosts debates, right? He'll have two people on his
yeah, I
podcast
think so.
often, two people of
And then he
opposing
just
sides.
drifts off mentally.
I guess he does.
I love the clip of Kanye West talking about mechanical bees. That's like one of my favorite clips on
Dude,
the internet.
Kanye is mentally ill, dude. That podcast with
Nah,
Joe Rogan. Did you watch the full podcast?
himself Ye? He just called.
Yeah,
He
yeah, yeah.
removed the con from his name.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
called Ye West.
Yeah, he is.
He's so interesting guy as well.
Wait, is his name Kanye? His real name isn't Kanye West, right?
His real name is Kanye West.
Wait, really?
He goes by Ye West now. That's his legal name.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Did you watch the full Kanye West interview on Joe Rogan? Did you see the part where Kanye West is just Kanye West is obviously manic, right? Something's wrong with him.
Yeah,
And at some
he
point
has
he's just
like
like
a
rambling.
God,
He goes
in-
on and on and on and on, and suddenly he just goes quiet and goes. And Joe Rogan's like, "Are you praying right now?" And Kanye's like, "Yes, amen." You know what I mean? Kanye just suddenly shuts himself off and just starts praying. Like Kanye is the wildest motherfucker, dude.
Probably he probably has like bipolar. He's probably just bipolar, and has
Or
some
just gone
weird
mad
shit
because of the
going on.
fame, right? Because I feel like Kanye.
Yeah, he definitely thinks he's God. He definitely thinks he's like a god.
No, he doesn't think he's God, but he thinks God literally speaks through him, which is just as bad to me.
Yeah.
Like that's all. That's
Yeah.
always the weird thing about religion to me. When religious people say, like, I have a religious neighbor, and I once asked him. He's like a typical Christian, but he also smokes 10 grams of weed a day, so he's like a weird Christian. Only when it benefits
Like
him,
a
right?
fusion,
What do you mean fusion?
a fusion of the two types. They usually don't blend.
No, I mean Christianity is like a typical. Whenever it's good, for, like you know, if you feel bad and you go to church and church can help you with money or help you feel better, then you're a Christian. But whenever you want to get really high or fuck bitches, you're not a Christian anymore. You know what I mean? And then afterwards, you just ask God for forgiveness and you're fine.
I consider it more of a mental state, a mental like
Illness.
think of way of thinking. I have Christian parents, a Christian mom, Christian
Alright.
family. I used to be a Christian. I don't. I'm agnostic now. I don't believe. I believe it's not there. I don't believe it's there. I'm kind
Oh,
of.
I believe in a God.
I'm
I
open to
believe in a
both.
God. Life is so fucking weird and random, and I get so existential. I definitely believe there's a God, but I just don't believe that if there's a God and he's so infinitely wise and infinitely loving, I think the Bible is way too simplistic to just straight
The
up
Bible
accept
is.
that.
Did the Pope just say a while ago that the Bible is just a what's the word?
A guide.
What's the word for? A guide. Not really like it actually happened. The Pope said it himself.
Like a metaphor?
It's just a metaphors. It's just a book of metaphors to help you live.
Right.
But God is real. Jesus. He just said that all those things.
Well, that's how I
But
see it.
most things in the Bible are just stories to help you live. And I
Right.
think that's fine.
I mean, Jesus is a great
I
role
wish
model.
I could be
right?
religious. I honestly wish I could be religious. I
You
get
can be.
very I just can't get myself to do so.
Well, what do you see as
I'm-
religious?
Well, that's different for everybody. For me, it's just to believe in God. I didn't just David Attenborough. I think David Attenborough said that he believes in God in the way that look at nature. Nature is incredible. He thinks nature is God. He doesn't really believe. He's agnostic as well. He thinks nature is just incredible. He doesn't know if God exists, but if there was a God, it would be nature, something like that. I don't quote me on that. Maybe it wasn't even David Attenborough. Maybe it was just an entirely different guy. But I don't know. I think religion is just is a good way to put out your problems. A lot of religion seems based in fear.
Right.
Because which is again nice. I wish I could be religious.
Well, you keep
because
saying that, but why you like? What do you? Where does that
I
stem
just can't
from?
get myself to. I can't get myself to be religious. I can't get myself to believe.
What is it about
I
religious?
have too much doubt. You know, I don't have enough proof. That's just it.
No,
I don't.
I'm with you, but why do you? What about religion do you wish you could absorb? Like
Like the
what inspires you
I'm
about
very
religion?
afraid of death. Death is one of the scariest things.
You don't
I'm
want life to
always
end
afraid.
with this life,
I don't want life to end.
right?
Yet I'm afraid of what comes after. I have no clue, and that's what makes you scared. I'm scared of the
Infinity,
unknown. That's my
dude.
biggest fear. Yes. I'm very afraid of the unknown. That's my main fear. I have a lot of fears. I'm afraid of the ocean. I'm afraid of fish. I'm afraid of
Of
like
fish.
I'm a very afraid of now not small fish. I'm afraid of like coming near fish. I'm
What about kibbeling?
extremely interested in the ocean. The ocean, fish, nature, and all that is my. I'm extremely interested in it. I watch nature documentaries about nature, evolution, and stuff like that literally every day for sometimes for an hour, because that's one of my main interests. But I'm deathly afraid of the ocean. I'm just incredibly afraid. Being in an open water and not knowing what's around you
Right.
is incredibly
That's a very typical
incredibly
fear,
scary
though.
to me.
I mean, it's a
Yes,
typical fear,
exactly.
and I think I share that a bit as well. But I don't know how that necessarily.
I've
Let's,
had a
let's talk
couple
about religion
panic
more.
attacks.
want to hear you talk about religion. Like, what do you?
All right.
What would you like to inherit? How do you say that? Inhabit. What would you like to embody about religion? What do you like about religion? And what would you like it to be for you? Like when you say that you want to be religious.
Being sure about something being there, something being out to help you, like praying.
But
Knowing
what if you
somebody.
praying, you sitting down on your knees and wishing for something, even if no one's listening, that is already manifesting something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
if
of
you were
course.
so desperate that you're on
It's
your
also
knees
a
begging for
placebo
something.
effect. Like
Exactly. And if it's a
if
placebo, it doesn't
if
matter, right? Because that's real.
yeah,
Placebo's
that's
real.
true, but that's the problem. That's I kind of wish I could, but
Like
that's the
I
main issue.
wear a cross sometimes. I'll wear a cross necklace when I'm having a tough day,
Yeah.
and I don't care if there's a. It doesn't matter at that point if there's a real God or not, because if I go out wearing it, and the occasional moment where I think about like, oh my God, I'm wearing it right now. You know what I mean? Like the occasional moment where I just, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it changes your day ever so slightly to where it has an actual effect. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if it's real or not at that point. You're just manifesting
That's
it.
I just can't get myself to do so. It's like
Why? What's holding you back? I don't get that.
when my cat passed away, I constantly saw cat ads everywhere, not even on the internet, because we all know fucking Google Home listens with us because it's way too much of a coincidence. That's just everything you do, everything you talk about, just gets in your fucking ads.
Of course it listens.
Because of course I don't care. I really don't care.
Me neither. I don't give a fuck.
It's really weird that Google thinks I need tampons, though. I constantly get tampons and bras and stuff like that.
Well,
Maybe I have to discover something about myself. I don't know. I don't know where I get those. But I do think Google Home. We have a Google Home here too as well. Things listens to us in some way or shape or form. Maybe picks up certain words like died and cat in the same
100%.
sentence.
No
I don't
doubt.
know.
100% does that.
It
But that's not
probably
bad,
does.
right? Who cares?
I trust Google enough for that. I'm not like I don't really care. But it's like the same thing when you go around when you see a lot of adverts on the it's not the Truman Show. It's just coincidence. You just pick when there's a name for it. I forgot what it was, but when you have something, when you think of something, you will see it more. You will see patterns. That's burned in the human mind. That's just normal.
That's
that just happens.
what do you call that? Negativity bias. It's called something like that, right? Like
no clue. I know that your brain, the human brain, is made to recognize patterns. That's usually a form of intellect of intelligence. So it's natural for us to see those types of things. But it's of course it is coincidence. It's all coincidence. But I don't know about religion. I really do. I could believe. I just can't get myself to do so.
But I think what's holding you back to believing is that you have this very rigid idea in your mind of what religion should be. Well, in reality, it could be quite simple. Like if you just, I mean, all religion is for me is just carry a certain humility around, like
Yeah.
I might
Mhm.
think that I'm the shit, like I'm the best there is, and that's good. I mean, I like believing in myself, but just to have that humility, like there's someone out there who's calculated all this, and that like maybe it's all for a purpose. I mean, that's all it is. I mean, it's I don't think
Yeah.
the 10 Commandments. I mean, like you said before, that's just a way to live. I mean, listen, my theory
It's a
about the
guidebook.
Bible. Listen, my theory about the Bible is probably, I mean, whenever the Bible was written, how many thousands of years ago, right? I mean, society was probably a shit show. People were raping everyone, murdering whoever the fuck they wanted. There was no
Yeah.
fucking system in place. And someone just realized, holy shit, the only way we can start to, like, evolve as a human race is I'm going to write a book. Little burp for you right there. I'm going to write a book, and it's gonna have this way to live, and I don't give a fuck if it's real. I'm gonna make up a god figure, and I'm gonna make up Jesus, because if I can spread this book, then society as a whole, humanity as a whole, might benefit from it, and I think that's all it is. Like, the Bible was just made as like a, just a way to live. It doesn't matter if the stories are real, because if you follow the Bible,
Mhm.
I think that Jesus is a great role model, regardless of if you believe if he was real. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
if I just go in a
I agree.
situation and I think, what would Jesus do here? I'm always gonna be winning,
Doing
right?
the right thing.
Exactly, and that's the whole point of the Bible. Like, what if the Bible was just a manifestation of all this shittiness in the world? People were raping,
Yeah.
plundering, like Vikings were doing shit. Like, people were just really fucked. Like, society was really fucking shitty. And then someone came along, maybe he was on a mushroom trip. Who fucking knows, right? And he wrote this entire fucking book, or multiple books combined, whatever the fuck was the story. See, I'm swearing a lot now. That's what we were talking about. You just swear, I guess. People just, I don't know. But
Yeah. Broken
man.
vocabulary.
For sure. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
Dutch, man. Give me a break. So are you. Fuck your mother. F your mother. I'm kidding, obviously.
No. Yeah, I agree. It's just
My point is, it doesn't matter
it's hard
if
for me.
I think
for
you
me,
shouldn't take it too literal, religion. I think you should just,
no.
like what I do.
like-
I carry a little cross, like, and if someone carries a little ring that has like the Allah symbol, like a Muslim religion, I think it has the same effect. Like, if you occasionally just think about it, it's like a little reminder. It's like how I got this tattoo that says, I have a tattoo that says "I am," which means,
Yeah.
I mean, you know what it means. I am. It's just
Yeah,
like a little reminder to me to be in the moment. I think it's the same thing as carrying a cross necklace. It's like an occasional reminder to be kind, And I think if that's all that religion serves, then that's great, man. Religion is real.
That's great.
Fuck yeah.
That's great. I am. A good example is, like, I think it's Buddhism. Buddhism isn't really a religion. I guess it is now, but it originally wasn't meant to be so. It's
What was
just a
it
way
meant
of
to be?
thinking.
Right. It's a mental
well,
model.
Yeah, it's just just a way of thinking. It was one guy woke up one morning and said, "Oh, I'm gonna live my life this way," and a lot of people said, "Yeah, good point. We're gonna follow this." And just a lot of people followed him, and then over the years, people started to see Buddha as a god, as a deity. He obviously didn't want to be that to be the case, but it happened, as
Right.
it probably would have. Even if he made it extremely clear he wasn't, he was against that.
Right, because
Um,
Buddha cared about the ego.
It's for
and
me.
it's
I
very
just
against
try
the
to be
ego.
a good person. I just try to do so. I was brought up religious, so I got those general things in me. With good parenting, you should already get those. By the way, just if you're just a decent person, you should know these things. Just
Regardless of
don't
religion, you
be-
mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
You
All
don't
right.
have to be religious to be a good person.
Mhm.
So yeah, I just the main it's just I wish I could believe it. I just can't get myself to do so.
Well, I think I
I'm
don't.
very jealous of the religious people often.
Well, I
I have
consider myself
a religious friend.
religious, I guess.
I have a,
I consider myself religious, I guess. I'm just saying I don't
Yeah.
think you should take it too literal. I think you should just live in a slightly humbled state where you sometimes think about, like, when you think stuff to yourself like "God help me," I think that's already
Yeah.
helpful, right? When you like feel this humility towards this
Mhm.
greater thing, I think that's all it takes, right?
Yeah. For me,
Sorry, carry on.
that's for me that's Twitter.
Wait, what?
Twitter. People like my shit, and then I get more attention, which makes me more what's the name? Makes me less confident. I get the exact opposite result. More followers results in me being less confident.
Why? Because more
Because
people
I
doubt you?
don't think I deserve my position. I never really did.
Why?
I genuinely don't know why people started following me. Then I just got attention with the stupid buff axolotl meme, and then it just took off. I did more things with System Z. I did some things. I work on the Twilight Forest now. The mod, my first ever mod
Mhm.
I ever played. My favorite mod of all time. I work on now. I work on Quark. I work on a mod with with Young from Young's
Oh yeah,
Caves and
yeah,
all
yeah. I
those
know him.
things.
Yeah.
I work on with him. I'm remaking my own mod with a modding team, which is really cool at the moment. The shit we got right now is really fucking cool. I'm very proud of what we got right now.
Yeah. Fucking enjoy it,
I'm
dude.
proud of the things I make. I'm
Cheers.
happy with the things I make, but I don't think it deserves the attention I get.
Well, that's silly. That's weird. Why? What do you mean?
I don't know.
That sounds like a lack of self-love.
Hard
I
for me
mean,
to look at my work and think it's good
well, but you. Okay.
because
I don't know, man. I mean, clearly, I mean, I'm here talking to you now. I've held you around for a while. I know we've never officially called before. Maybe we have in the occasional like public Discord chat or whatever. But you know,
I only talked to like 3 people in the Pack Creators Onion once.
but you're clearly an
That's everyone.
artist that I've kept around. You know what I mean? Like people
Yeah.
acknowledge your art. It sounds like a lack of self-love to say that. Even who cares? You know, like what? Why
Yeah.
would you not deserve?
I just make stuff because I like it. The attention is
perfect.
just an extra bonus.
Yeah, exactly. That's like how when you work out, getting buff is just a bonus because working out is really
Yeah.
about your mental, your mental state.
Yeah, exactly. I don't generally like to. I'm very bad with appraisal. If people like talk to me and give me compliments, I'm very bad to. I can't really deal with those because I generally don't agree most of the time. You're good at drawing, yeah, but I can see I can see this and this, and this is why it isn't good. And then it devalues the compliment in my head and makes me feel bad because they think it's good. And
You don't deserve the compliment or whatever.
yeah, there are so many people on Twitter, for example, who are so incredibly good at making stuff, are so incredible at making pixel art. I'm one of my friends. Like, wait, let me look at these accounts. Can I give a shout out for him because he's like one of my
course.
classmates.
Yeah, of
and
course.
he makes great stuff, but he never gets attention for some
Yeah,
reason.
go for it, dude.
And
I'll edit it in.
really don't get why. His name is he's called Levin, Levyn. His ad is on Twitter is at LEVYNUAN.
Send it in the chat so I can actually properly shout him out in the video.
Here. He makes great portraits. He does pixel art he doesn't do as much pixel art now, but he makes great stuff. He's just a great person overall. He just doesn't get attention. I really don't get why.
I don't think that's his name. Levin doesn't show up anything when I. Oh, there's an N supposed to be in there. It's Levin, I think.
Yeah, I don't think. Oh yeah, 11 when.
Is it this Levy?
Here,
Levin.
it's this. Yeah. He's a great guy. Makes great stuff. He just doesn't get. I've had a lot of luck. I used Reddit before to get some of my posts.
But it's not just luck, dude. I mean, it's marketing as well. Like if you create the buff axolotl, which has gotten you a lot of views, to the point where so many people are parodying it now. Like when the frog came out, people were parodying your buff axolotl as well. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. And then I look at that and I, God damn it, that looks so incredible. And I look at my work and
that's just imposter syndrome, dude.
Yeah.
You need to. I mean, it's fine. Like it's part of the journey, but you need to realize that wherever you're at right now in life is right where you're supposed to be. And if it wasn't, you'd be somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like wherever you are in life right now, that's where you're supposed to be. And even if you're a little bit insecure about it, maybe that's part of your beauty. You know? I mean, you're an artist. I'm an artist. You know that art can sometimes even be ugly. maybe the insecurity is part of the art, you know? Like maybe you're supposed to be a little bit insecure about your position in life, and maybe you're supposed to maybe grow into it. Who knows? I mean, you know, like I think it's all fine. I think you definitely deserve to be where you are right now. I mean, also 5,000 followers might seem a lot compared to me, maybe, but also it's not like a lot in the grand scheme of things.
No, it's
You know,
definitely
it's not
not
like
a lot.
it's not
just,
like I'm talking to
it's a
Elon Musk
decent
or
amount
something.
for the Minecraft community. That's what it is. It's just a decent amount for the Minecraft community.
Yeah, exactly. Decent. Nothing more,
got,
nothing
like,
less.
We got more. You got a lot of people. Like
So many people, dude. McVinney.
Bees has like an incredible following. He makes great stuff.
Who's
You know,
that?
It's Bees.
I was thinking
It's
of
Bees. He
McVinney.
makes great stuff. Let me see. It's
Do you know
Bees. How do you
McVinney?
spell his...
Oh wow, you have
Vinny?
more, bro. You have more followers than McVinney. How did that happen?
I don't know. Vinny makes incredible stuff.
Vinny's
Everything he
incredible.
makes looks like a work of art. By the way, we share a birthday, coincidentally.
You and I?
We are both.
Or you and Vinny?
Vinny and I.
All
we
right.
both work on Twilight Forest and Quark, and we both share the same birthday,
Interesting.
which is really bizarre.
Yeah, that is
So
interesting.
in Quark, there's this little thing that says "Happy Birthday" to like one of the people who work on the mod. So every 9th of April, every year, it says "Happy Birthday" to Vinny and Sully, because we both turn to the next year on that day.
I get it. Yeah, but I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
I think you're very talented, and I think you know what the thing is, like even if you make art right now that you feel like is mediocre compared to the latest art by Levi Nguyen, your friend, right? Levi Nguyen.
Yeah.
The reason why your art that you post that you thought was mediocre even gets any traction at all is because of your previous work, right? Everything it's built up to that point, you know what I mean? And you've been consistently posting, consistently being a nice guy, monitoring what you say, no swearing, you know, like you definitely deserve to be
I
where you are
swear,
right now.
definitely. Just not as I usually remove some of my swear words from my tweets.
Well, that's my point,
I
right?
have
I
a-
mean, everything contributes to you being where you are. I think that if you say about yourself, like, oh, I don't deserve to be here where I am, I think you're doing yourself a disservice, right? If anything, I think you should be grateful. You know, just practice gratitude and just own up to it. You know.
I'm very happy about it, but it's just sometimes it makes me feel like shit. Sometimes it makes me feel like I'm an asshole. Like I know so many people who make great stuff, and then why do I get attention? The person who barely
because you've
tweets
built
on
up
Twitter
to
right
it.
now-
Yeah, because you've built up to it. It's not just your latest post. It's everything that's come before that. It's all the art you've done before that. It's all the work that you've done on all the mods. It's everything. You know, it's not just your latest work that gets a lot of traction. It doesn't matter if it's mediocre. It's your entire portfolio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you're.
It's,
I think
it's hard for
it's
me
just,
to understand why people like me. That's just the main problem.
I like you a
I
lot.
see my.
Listen,
I
all I've
mainly
been
see the-
thinking while we were recording, all I've been thinking is, holy shit, I should do more podcasts with this guy. I'm serious.
Thanks. It's been fun right now.
You're
It's
welcome.
been interesting.
Yeah, it is fun.
I'm just. I find it hard to see the positive sides of myself. I see mainly the bad parts of myself.
don't we
By the
all?
way, I'm getting a appointment with the doctor to make an appointment with a therapist like next week, I think. So
Congratulations,
hopefully
nice.
some of these things are gonna be worked on. So.
Well, it's gonna take
I'm
a long
definitely
time
not in the
though.
best state mentally right now. I've had depressed thoughts lately. I've not been as happy as I usually been.
Sam, do you want to
But
talk about
Twitter's
it?
mainly.
Sam, do you want to talk about it? I've been the same. I don't know
I
why.
can. I haven't been too happy. I think imposter syndrome has been the main problem.
Same. Dude.
I look at my Twitter page and then it just makes me feel bad. And I'm heavily addicted to Twitter, so I see my Twitter account quite a lot. Then I make a stupid joke that it goes a bit over the edge. Then I have to delete it because I'm afraid people understand me the wrong way, and just stuff like that. I wish I could just talk like I would to my friends on the internet, but you just can't. You just can't. Especially with my humor, I have a very abstract.
Yeah, exactly. I feel the same way.
type of humor,
I
so-
talked about that. I've done a podcast with my girlfriend. By the time this will go live, this has probably been the podcast that I did with my girlfriend will probably have been last week. But I did a podcast. She has an Indonesian dad, and she calls her dad Peanut. which is super racist, right?
It's fun. It's funny.
Yeah, but it's
just,
funny.
It makes me laugh.
Exactly, and it's her dad, and her dad laughs at it, and it's an
Yeah.
Indonesian dad. She calls him Peanut, and it's within that sphere, within that.
If you know the people, it's fine. If
Yeah.
they're okay with it, that's
But-
fine. I
but
have.
if she
Levi
said
Nguyen
that
is
online,
is
though?
an Asian guy.
Okay.
Levi Nguyen is an Asian guy. I make with my friends. We make constantly jokes about him being Asian. We make constantly jokes about us being white, or just stupid jokes.
Right.
We like to make jokes that just would be like incredibly racist or stupid or bigoted in any other circle, but we can make it with each other because we know
Behind
it's
closed
ironic.
doors,
It's not
right?
meant like it actually
Exactly.
is.
It's almost
It's just a joke.
the way I see that, and the same with my girlfriend calling him Peanut. The way I see that, it's incredibly healthy, right? That's just a sign of there being no racism at all. It's just observative comedy. That's all it is.
Yes,
but
exactly.
but the second you post it online, you expose it to more people. But the thing is, those people who might get upset at jokes like that, those people are in circles where maybe they're hurt by jokes like that because maybe they're in not such empathic circles, you know. And the internet's weird like that because the internet is such a big place where everyone gets together. So then you have racist people with non-racist people, and then when you make those jokes, you get into this weird territory where maybe you know what I mean.
Some
like maybe
people
you get
don't
hurt.
see it as a joke and laugh
Right.
and laugh about it.
Well, the
thinking
true
it's serious.
context,
Or
the real context is when you say that to your jokes, Levi Nguyen, you know what I mean? Like, that's just healthy because it means that there is no racism. Because if there was racism, you wouldn't even make that joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But then you
exactly.
get online and there's people. It's probably white people also, and then they see those
Yeah.
jokes and then they go, "Hey, you can't say that," you know. But also, you have to acknowledge
Well,
that.
14-year-olds.
True, yeah. There's probably a lot of 14-year-olds dictating the way we think.
Yeah.
That's a wild thought as well.
It reflects in the content I watch on YouTube. I watch a lot of ironic YouTubers.
What do you watch? Who are the YouTubers you
the
like to watch?
YouTubers? Okay, let me
MJ
see.
Trips, first of all, of course.
I watch-
Make you alpha.
I watch a lot of nature documentaries. First, I watch a lot of things I can learn things from. But then I watch do you know Oni Place? Oni Place is Oni's from Oni. He's an incredibly funny guy to me, but he's the god of ironic humor. One of Smiling Friends, that show.
What friends? What show?
Smiling Friends.
No,
Smiling Friends.
not familiar.
That's its incredibly funny show. But one of the creators of that show is one of the hosts of In Only Place. I just think those guys are incredibly funny. They make Let's Plays. I don't care about Let's Plays. I don't care about the content. I just think the people are funny. But they have a very stupid, ironic, edgy humor. Then I watch Cold Ones a lot. I like Cold Ones. Do you know Cold Ones?
Yeah, but I don't like them too much. I think they're kind of fake. Whenever I watch Cold Ones, I always feel like they're just alcoholics who are way too rich for their own goods. You know what I mean? Like
they've talked about the fact that they don't really take much money they earn from Cold Ones. Most of the money they spend right into the whole production
Right.
of the whole show is very high, so everything costs a lot. I think they're very
Makes
funny.
sense.
They have incredibly stupid humor.
Well, they just buy a lot of shit, right? Like last time I watched them,
They
they
just buy a lot of shit and do stuff with it. They
my
really
dream,
don't
honestly.
care. I like
That's my dream,
I
honestly,
like
man.
the fact that they really don't care. Another one is like Too Mad. Do you know Too Mad?
Mm-mm.
Too Mad is the guy from hey, better go to bed. I know we couldn't Skype tonight, but hey, that's alright. Good night, girl. See you tomorrow. En dan valt hij zo achterover. Ken je dat filmpje? Oh, do you know natuurlijk een Spanish speaking.
No idea, dude. Yeah, but I do the same. I do the same. It's funny to talk to a fellow Dutch guy. It's funny. Because a lot of the time, I'll be talking to an English guy. Oh, sorry.
No.
No, there's Discord delay. So a lot of the time, for me, when I start talking,
a lot of the time,
like now, right now.
exactly.
Yeah.
We got a tiny bit of amount of delay, so I talk about I talk through a lot. So that's not what I mean.
No, it's fine. We forgive each other. It's alright.
We're forgiving in this place. Too Mad
God
is
is
just he
beautiful.
has an incredibly chaotic humor. Like there are incredible, and there are like 10 edits within a millisecond, and it's definitely someone you have to like to watch, because I understand why people would absolutely hate the guy. but I'm in love with this kind of humor. He's like the embodiment of the memes I like, the human embodiment of the memes I like.
The cursed
Then I watch
memes.
yeah, my memes are really weird. I'll
Yeah.
scroll through my my Instagram page in a bit so you can see. I like the Misfits, but mainly the live action stuff. Do you know the Misfits?
No, man, we're not in the same circles. The only people
I
we have
really
in
think
common.
that's like the thing right up your alley. I really think you'd like it.
Hit me up with the link sometime. All right, I'll check them out.
Yeah, I'll send you the link to the live action channel. They're funny.
Right.
But again, people who try to find the border. I watch a lot of people, by the way, and a lot of people don't upload much. I like Call Me Carson; he's funny. Just stupid humor.
But that's honestly the
Um,
dream, right? I mean, the people who usually don't upload much are usually people who have
Yeah,
a proper
like
production for their videos, right? Like their videos are like
yeah,
a
like
movie production almost.
yeah.
Like
One of those is Super Mega. Super Mega doesn't upload. They do like Let's Plays. I don't really watch their Let's Plays, but they sometimes like post incredibly funny live action videos that I can watch like 10 times in a row. They're incredibly funny.
have you seen
Um,
JonTron?
Jontron is great. He has some shit takes on Twitter, but I think his videos are great.
Yeah, it's kind of
He
controversial.
really
But it's
isn't
another
a great
example.
person anymore.
No, I get that. But it's
He's
another
just he makes
example
great
of those
stuff.
YouTubers
He's
who make
just an
high quality
asshole.
shit, right?
Yeah, too. He like everything he makes can be used in a Tumblr GIF. Like everything
Right.
the guy makes. Like every clip in his video could stand alone as a separate clip.
And a
And I
high
think that's
production value as well. Like he definitely spends a lot of money on his shit.
yeah. He doesn't upload as much either, and I really don't
No,
care.
he doesn't.
Like you have what's their name again? Off Canny. Off Canny doesn't upload much, but they're really funny. They try to make like a slightly awkward, cringy humor. They blend it really well in their jokes. They're really fun. I watch a lot of YouTube, as you can hear. A lot of smaller YouTubers. I can't name them all here. Molly Garcia is really funny. Yeah, I have a huge list of people I don't watch regularly. A lot of artists, a lot of animators. I want to animate in my in the future. That would be my dream job probably.
Wait, what's your
Um,
dream job? What's your dream
people
job?
I feel like if I don't really. Sometimes I put something on in the background. Tommy Carson is great for that. Tommy Carson, the guy who became in giant controversial takes that are kind of stupid. He was an asshole to his friends, but I think his content is fine. I can distance that's the past from the from the current right now. He streams right now, and like every donation, every money that he earns from the stream, he donates to a good cause. What's the name? What's the English word? God damn it! What's the name? A charity. He donates like every his month earnings. He donates it all to a charity, which is a good way to come back from a nasty
Shitty take.
drama thing. And he's just a funny guy. He makes. Do you know him, Tommy Carson?
No, I don't. Listen, I honestly don't watch that many YouTubers. Most of my time I spend working on my own YouTube, and I watch when you make a YouTube video like the podcasts that I upload, but that are sometimes 2 hours. You spend so much time editing it that you watch your own content. Like I probably like a video that's 2 hours. That's on my channel. I've probably watched 10 hours of it. You know what I mean? Because I'll be editing it and like. First of all, I recorded it, so I lived it, and then I edit it over and over again. I don't have much time to watch YouTube. If I watch YouTube, it's just when I'm like working out or biking, and it's just like podcasts. You know what I mean? Like stuff I can listen to, stuff I can put on in the background on my second monitor.
The Misfits have a great podcast. Again, Cold Ones as well.
Yeah, I know Cold Ones.
Let me start up Spotify for a moment. Let me see what I listen to the most. Right now, I'm listening back from the old episodes from Misfits. I didn't really listen to them for a long time because, like, then they had a lot of stories, like interesting stories about parties. They went to like drug stories, and I'm incredibly interested in stuff like that. It's just fun to listen to them, in my opinion.
Have you done any drugs? I mean, we'll ignore the fact that you're 17 right now.
I'm interested by them, but I have a
have you never done weed?
I have ADHD. I have never done weed. Mainly,
I also have
I'm a,
I'm also very addiction sensitive, but I'm on a 2 month tea break right now. It's going well. I'm not
oh,
smoking weed at all right now, which
congrats.
means thank you. I mean, it's not that big of a
Did
deal.
you have like
People
insane
always
dreams for the first
yeah,
weeks?
I was about to get into that. I have insane dreams right now because weed famously, if anyone's watching this who doesn't know, weed famously
Removes dreams from your
yeah,
brain,
it
basically, right?
does. Yeah, it does. And then when you suddenly stop weed, the dreams that kick in are crazy because every time you wake up, you're like, holy shit, dreams are so intense. While for someone who doesn't smoke weed, dreams are just dreams, like right, like
Yeah.
whatever. But
Um,
I like doing tea breaks, man, because tea breaks kind of remind me, but also everyone around me, I'm not addicted. Because a lot of
yeah.
people that don't, maybe those are people that have never done weed, but a lot of people around me, they call me like, oh, you're just a meth head. You know what I mean? Like when,
You really look like a stoner. Sorry,
even when I'm
no
sober, I'm
offense.
sober right now. I mean, I'm
No,
drinking.
not really right now. I mean, mainly on with your posts on Twitter. You seem like a stone. Mainly because you post like openly about drugs, which I think is a good thing in
It is a
general,
good thing.
because it like opens people to that world.
Listen,
It
I
isn't
think a
really a
lot of
bad thing
people,
all the time.
I think a lot of people that are like depressed or like people that are like in a knot with themselves, like people that are like struggling in general. I mean, weed isn't for everyone. I mean, obviously people have gotten psychosis from weed,
Yeah.
people have had negative effects. But for me, I have autism, like you talked about
hmm
having you have ADD or
I
HDHD?
have ADHD.
All right.
Yeah, I have ADHD.
Yeah, I got autism, and weed 100% helps my autism. Like the way that stimulants enter my filter, if I'm high on weed, I can bear the world so much better. Like
Yeah,
weed is
yeah.
like a straight up medicine for me. I mean, I also can take it too far and just get silly high, you know, and I'll be silly and I'll be recording and it'll be stupid.
hmm
But for me, weed can definitely be a medicine, and to just dismiss weed as a whole, to just completely
Yeah, I don't
dismiss
think that's a
it,
good idea because people will
100%
do
it
it
isn't.
anyway. You should just educate people about it.
But also, there's a
I'm
difference between hard drugs like meth and heroin and weed.
yeah.
Weed can be very productive. Like if you're struggling with depression and you can
Isn't
go to
like
a
by the way,
field, go into nature and
isn't
get
coffee
high.
like more addicting than weed as well? Coffee is
No,
more addicting than weed.
I think
I think I
neither.
read something about that.
I think neither of them are addictive substances because weed is mentally addicting. If you cannot live without being high because you hate your life, then weed is addicting. Same with
Yeah.
caffeine. I think they're mentally addictive. Physically addictives are I don't know how you say that, but physically substances that are physically addicting is more like stuff like nicotine. Have you ever smoked
Yeah.
cigarettes?
No.
Okay, good for you. Don't ever,
I'm
because
I
nicotine
no,
is
never. I'm
such a hard
very
drug
against
to kick.
cigarettes. It's
Same, bro.
stupid. I really don't get
So
why people
dumb.
smoke.
I mean, to fit
To
in,
me,
right?
drugs. I'm very interested in drugs.
When
I
you're
don't think
18,
I'll.
when you're 18, you should come over to my place and we'll try weed, man. That'll be very
Yeah,
exciting.
sure.
Because
I'll
I've built a
definitely want.
set recently that sounds very exciting. You should come over to my place and we'll just get really fucking high, like silly high, and like you'll have a wild
We
experience because
should.
you've never gotten high. But it's I think it's healthy, man. I mean healthy. I think weed. It's just an experience that you'll never forget, and it's an experience that might shape your future in a good way because weed might be really overwhelming when you're in the middle of it, but when you're sober, thinking back on it, you can just even when you've had like a bad trip. In my opinion, there's no such thing as a bad trip. There's only like a challenging trip. You know what I mean? Like a trip that's really hard to
Yeah.
get through. Like a trip where you really have to face your fears and face your own thoughts. But I think that's healthy, right? Like your own thoughts are
Yeah,
your
yeah.
own worst enemy, right? Like,
It isn't. Of course, it isn't great. It definitely isn't great when you're in
what do you
it.
mean? A
'Cause
bad trip?
like a bad trip. I don't think a
Hmm.
bad acid trip is a good experience. I don't think
I've
you
never done
feel
acid, by
great
the way.
during I'm very interested in, and by the way, I'm very interested in drugs. I don't think I'll do most of them. It's just an interest of mine. I'm very interested in weed. I want to do in my life. I want to have experienced some things. I want to try weed at least once. I
Hmm.
want to try.
We should
I
do it,
want to
man. I'm
try
so
acid.
excited. I've never talked to you like on the call, but I'm so excited for our friendship going forwards from this call because I really think we really connect. You know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
really have a certain like dialogue going on. I mean, I feel like I can just record with you for like 5 hours and it'll still be good content. We won't because no one's going to watch that, but I'm really excited for our future coming. You know, like
Yeah.
going forward.
Yeah, sure.
But
But
sorry, go
I
on.
want to try acid. I want to try acid. Mainly, it isn't addictive as well. Your brain.
Yeah, but you can get
literally
psychosis. There's people that have
You
done
can.
acid and then
You
they
have
never
to.
come back from
Of
it.
course, you have to do like a medical checkup. You have to do like you have to look back in your family if some certain medical problems run back. You can.
And
There's
that's the
definitely
point,
some
dude.
risks.
Like there's so many people that say
Just do
never
research.
do this.
Just
Yeah,
do
exactly.
research.
And do it in a safe environment. Like alcohol. You've had drinks probably, right? Even when you're 17, you've probably had drinks, right?
Not a lot actually. I'm not a. I've had some, not a lot. I have never had. I have a lot of friends, but when I was younger, I didn't really have the type of friends who do such things. I was interested in it, of course. I just haven't. I didn't have a lot of party friends, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I
Like
get you.
people we. Yeah.
Well,
It's,
my point
so
is
I
people
never
always
really
make a
got in
big,
touch
really
with
big
it.
deal. People always make a really big deal about certain drugs, and the thing is, they are a really big deal. But I think that's the healthiest way to go about it. I think if you treat a drug like a big deal, you'll be fine. You know, if you think,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just gonna take a shit ton of mushrooms and then like I don't give a fuck, YOLO, you're gonna eat yourself into a psychosis. But if you take it really
Yeah.
serious, I've done mushrooms once, and I made a promise to myself to only do them once every 6 months. Because they
Yeah.
are so intense. It's a really intense experience. Like I had a lot of attachment issues. In general, my dad killed himself. I don't know if you knew that. It's kind of classic MJ
Oh
lore.
no, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's been like 10 years. But it did leave me with a lot of trauma, right? And I did mushrooms with my girlfriend. She was there as my trip sitter. Trip sitter is someone you should, when you
Yeah.
do drugs, and when you take it serious, you should always
You
have
really
like a
need
sober person with you.
someone who is sober who can look over you.
Exactly.
You
And that's
shouldn't do
that's the
acid
way you should
alone
do
in
it.
your
Like,
home.
exactly.
You
And
would
that's
actually just accidentally kill yourself.
right. People have jumped out of windows before because they think they can fly. You know what I mean? That's why you have a trip
Yeah.
sitter. And my girlfriend was my trip sitter, and I had a lot of attachment issues. Like she was my girlfriend, but I was always really scared to let her in, to let her close, right? Because of my dad killed himself. I had all this trauma, like blah 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 blah. And then when the mushrooms kicked in, it was such a healthy, great, positive, undeniably positive experience where me and my girlfriend really bonded. Like we talked and we really felt connected. You know what I mean? And that's when drugs can be so great, but a lot of people just dismiss them. Like, oh, you're druggy. People call me a druggy.
Drugs this, drug bad.
Yeah, I mean they
Drug-
can
isn't
be bad.
drugs-
You can abuse
It
them, but you can also
definitely be bad.
you can
most
abuse
of,
pizza.
Most drugs are
you know?
bad.
Yeah,
Most drugs are bad.
I think
Just not every drug. You
hot
have to,
hot
do them
take.
if you're gonna do them, you have to do them with caution.
100%, because they are very serious. They make a very serious impact on your life, and that's why I only do mushrooms once every 6 months. I made a very serious commitment to myself, but I'm looking so forward to my next mushroom trip because I know it's gonna change me permanently, forever. But I also know that it's gonna be a very positive experience. I'm gonna face my fears, face my anxiety, and come out of it a better version of me. You know. And you
just-
can abuse it, you know, if you do it every day, you're going to fucking fry your own brain. You know, it's going to be a very negative experience for you. But if you just take it very serious, be intimidated, be scared. If you're scared of drugs, great. Be scared, you know, it's a very scary thing. I think if you don't take it serious, you're going to have a bad time. You should take it serious. And if you do take it serious, you're going to have a great time, you know. Rant
It's
over, sorry.
No problem. The main problem is that people immediately dismiss it as a bad thing. Of course, people have to look back. First of all, you must be in a good place if you're trying to do like something that changes your perception of the reality. So you should really not do acid while you're depressed.
Right, because
really
it's going to
do
enhance what's already there, right?
Do not do drugs when you're depressed.
Listen,
when you're depressed.
Any hidden demons you have? Any hidden demons you have
will come
are
out.
just
They will come out.
100%, 100%.
Of course.
If you are about to take mushrooms, like I haven't done that many drugs. Like I know I sound like some kind of wise guy. I've done everything. I've only done weed a lot. I mean, I'm sober right now for 2 months. Obviously, I'm on a tea break. But I've only done weed and mushrooms in my life. But if you're gonna do weed, every negative thing about your life that you have buried in the back of your mind, everything that you're scared to talk about, it's gonna come out, right?
Yeah.
For better or worse. So you better be prepared, right? And even if you have a bad trip, it might suck in a moment. It might be really hard in the moment because you're going to face all your negative, dark thoughts. But when you come out of it, you'll have faced them. And it might take
Yeah.
a while to recover from the things that you thought about and things.
But first of all, it's definitely different for every person. By the way, it's
For
different
sure.
for everyone.
Some people just react negatively to drugs, period.
I do think there are some general rules. I don't think you should just
What are they?
do it. Don't do it. Check your drugs. Are they safe?
For sure.
Look back into your family history. Are there any signs of schizophrenia or
100%.
100% schizophrenia, or
Mhm.
maybe dementia? Dementia, maybe that will come out. That's
Yeah, I haven't heard that one.
it's just
I
a
know of
thing you have to look back.
schizophrenia. I know that one, schizophrenia. I know people.
Schizophrenia is a big thing. Are you in a good state for that certain type of drug? Because you shouldn't do a
Your
drug that may
environment
take
is very
12 hours.
important. Like you
Your
should be
environment,
in a safe place where you feel comfortable, right? Like don't be at a party.
You should. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Again,
You're so
I
wise
have
for your
never
age,
done
dude.
drugs. I have never done drugs. I'm just interested in it.
This is why I love you, because you don't seem like a 17-year-old. Like a lot of 17-year-old. When I was 17, I was so fucking cringe, dude. Like I could never hang out with 17-year-old me. But you're 17 and you're so fucking chill. I really love you, Sully. Like it's awesome talking to you.
Thanks.
I'm serious, dude.
It's just yeah. Drugs are just interesting to me. I just like the idea. Is of course I have my I really don't hope my mother will watch back this video because my mother is kind of
She
anti-drug.
won't. She won't. She's not gonna
She
watch.
won't.
No, she's not gonna.
She doesn't watch past the Minecraft part, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
but-
She's gonna be like, "Oh, my son is a nerd."
Oh, Minecraft. Ooh.
Minecraft.
I don't think my mother will watch past that, but still, mother, if you're watching,
I'm sorry.
I have never done. I'm honestly, I have never done drugs. I'm just interested in them.
But
They've just
when
been a
he's
big
18,
interest in
when Tycho Lindeboom is 18, I'm gonna invite him over to my place, and we're definitely gonna get
my
high.
life. He is gonna roofie me.
I'm gonna ruin your son, mother
He's gonna
Lindeboom.
ruin me. I'm gonna be fucked for life. It's definitely just an interesting. I like to do research in random topics every now and then. I just dive into one thing, like nature things is always something I like. Evolution is something I like a lot.
Dude, we should get high together and just go into nature. You'll have the best time of your life. I swear to God. You'll have such a good time. You don't know because you've never done weed, but when you do weed, your perspective changes. Like you'll realize stuff about the world that sober you was never realized. But it's true. It's not like, I mean, sometimes it's crazy shit that you should just, when you're sober, you'll think back and you'll go, yeah, you'll dismiss. Like so when you're sober, you'll think back and you'll go, well, that was fucking wild. Like there was one time when I got really high and I thought I figured out the afterlife. You know what I mean? And then when I was sober, I was like, wait, that was, I'm so glad nobody heard me talk about that. You know what I mean? But like, dude, we should go. When you're 18, we should definitely get high and go into nature. Because I've had wild realizations about my dog. When I went into nature with my dog when I was 18, I went into nature with my dog and I got high. I just smoked one little joint on my own. And because I was, I had low tolerance, I got crazy high. And you look at your dog and you realize its place in the universe. You realize, oh my God, you're just like this little creature who's completely dependent on me. And you're this,
It does
you know
sound
what I mean?
like something like someone who is high would say.
Yeah. Sorry, go on. I completely cut you off because I'm kind of drunk.
No
drinking
problem.
vodka
I
as
talked
well.
through you. And then I didn't speak right. I again misspoke, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's just interesting to me. I'm just interested in drugs. This is just one of my.
Did you know that
random-
Santa Claus is actually based like
Coca-Cola?
well,
Santa Claus ook.
Santa Claus is so racist, dude. If you're not from the
Santa
Netherlands,
Claus is incredibly racist. If you want
so
to see,
racist.
if you want to see the worst thing of your life, if you're not Dutch, just Google Sinterklaas or Zwarte Pieten.
Zwarte
As-
Piet,
as-
dude.
Zwarte Pieten, joh. Holy shit. Oh, ik ben
The
zo
red
blij
lips.
dat we over zijn gegaan, die roetveegpieten. Holy shit.
Same, dude. The
Um,
roetveegpiets,
let me
for sure.
explain, everybody. Santa Claus is based on a guy named Sinterklaas. Sinterklaas of Saint Claus. Sinterklaas was a nice fellow from Spain, I think. No, not Spain. He was from Turkey, I think. He was from Turkey. He gave like random toys or big pieces of like a cookie like thing, and threw them inside of poor people's homes, I think. And from that, like became a tradition in Holland called Sinterklaas, and he has like his helpers or pretty
helpers.
that's that. Let me. He calls them his helpers. His Black Pete is literally Zwarte Pieten. Translates to Black Pete. Pete is just one. Pete is like what Charlie, like during the Vietnam War, they called a lot of Vietnamese people Charlie because like it's a collective name.
Right. It's like saying Chinese people are called Ching Chong. You know what I mean?
Instead of calling people by their name, just call them by a generic name that you kind of came up with. So Pete is that name for like black slaves.
So it's Black Pete, right?
It's literally Black Petes are literally these people who are black-faced until recently.
Literally,
not very long
Google
ago.
it. If you're watching this, Google it. I swear to God.
I think like 10 years ago they changed it. Maybe?
Not even 5 years. It took so long for the Netherlands to catch up to this.
There are so many conservative people who do their own little version of the tradition where they still give people just blackface, big red lips, and like earrings.
Blackface and the red lips. Oh my God! And the earrings.
It's so bizarre,
dude.
You can't even put it into this video because it would get instantly demonetized.
Right. And it's a legit holiday in the Netherlands. We all celebrate this. Like this white guy on a horse comes by and he gives everyone presents. And the guys that are carrying his staff and that are carrying his robes.
Like little white men with blackface.
Yeah, everyone who is white in the Netherlands. If you want to participate in this holiday, you paint your face black. You dye your lips red. You get these big hoop earrings, and then you're Black Pete. And everyone's just and all the kids
like
get candy.
This bizarre little Spain outfit. This bizarre little Spanish outfit.
It looks like
really Spanish.
It looks like an outfit that a clown would wear. You know what I mean? Like, put the black guy in that outfit.
Black Petes are just Dutch clowns, in fact, just Dutch blackface clowns.
Black clowns,
nowadays
for sure.
They just the excuse was that they weren't, it wasn't blackface. It was just the dirt from all the. They came down chimneys like Santa Claus.
So
like
it's ash,
was all the dirt
right?
and ash from the chimneys, but it is just so incredibly. It's blacker than black. It's just tar.
It's a complete black face. It's a complete black face. It's completely black. And you have the curly hair.
Insane. It's bizarre.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wildly racist.
It's really bizarre how long this lasted as well. It's just bizarre. It literally. Some things like stick with. It's generally if people ask what are some Dutch holidays, I have to go on an entire rant on. With an excuse why we have this holiday, like Sinterklaas is like, or Santa Claus, Saint Claus is like.
Sinterklaas,
if you took the present giving from Christmas in America and most English-speaking countries, took that aside, put that in which December? Not December.
December.
October?
No, a month before that, because 5 December is the last day that he's in the Netherlands. Sinterklaas, which is the slave owner, basically, right? That's basically what he is, right? He's a slave owner.
It's literally he has like a staff to whack. I don't know if.
It's just a saint staff. What's it called? The
roux.
The roux. Yeah, the roux. Yeah.
But that was a thing like. The original story was that if you were bad, you didn't get like call. You would be taken to Spain to be the little slave of
oh my
Saint,
God! Yeah.
It was a little. You would be a little slave.
Taken to Spain in the sack,
hit
right?
By like a bundle of sticks.
Yeah.
It's like
the end of a broom,
insane.
basically. Yeah, it's wild.
But it's like the way that Santa Claus is like a little bedtime story. It's like really cute, and you got little elves and little reindeer in the cold in the Antarctica, and then you get like a big fat white guy from Spain with black slaves with a big stick to whack naughty people.
People that aren't from the Netherlands, that are from America, are listening to this like, yeah, right, there was a slave owner. No, Sinterklaas is.
Google it.
Look it up. Google it. It's Sinterklaas.
Most people. to be honest, most people. Well, it depends on which place. I know a lot of people who still think it's stupid because they say, "Oh, it's a kids' holiday. It's a kids' holiday."
Well, I
But
get
still, it's
that.
just
I
insane,
get that.
batshit racist.
No, listen, I get that it's a kids' holiday, but isn't it, even if you take the racism out of the equation, isn't it better to have colorful Pete's? You know what I mean? Just have them have random colors. You know what I
Besides,
mean?
but
Like,
people always say like, the kids are gonna be so sad.
no,
It's
kids
a
don't
holiday
care.
for kids.
No, kids don't care.
Kids really don't care. They don't care if they're the guy who gives
Black
them
or
candy
blue,
is
just
like
make
a
them blue. Who cares?
big black. Yeah, they really don't care. When I think I still believed when they changed the blackface to when I don't remember. Maybe I didn't believe.
No, bro,
No, I
you were
didn't.
like
I don't think
12.
I believed
That
them.
I don't think so.
I
You
was.
were 12. I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't.
Because that's when you go into middle
But I
school, right?
know I knew people who did believe and who they didn't give a fuck. They really couldn't care less
No,
because
it's
it's
only
just
the
a
conservative
funny clown
adults.
guy with a funny suit who gives you candy. That's
Right.
just what he does.
And the fact that he has a black face, kids don't give a fuck. Like, give him a blue face, please,
I
please
didn't
give him a
even
blue
see
face.
it as blackface as a kid.
Exactly.
But looking back at it, it's insane. It's just
Right.
insane.
Yeah.
Looking
Santa
back
Claus
at
is
it,
a wild one.
especially to watch, we got like something called the Saint Claus News. It's like
Yeah.
a
Santa Claus news.
sketch-based
By wait, what's her
news
name?
program
Oh, she
around
Blocker.
the
What's her
guy.
name? Diewertje Blok, right? That's her name.
Diewertje Blok, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is legitimately a funny program. It legitimately has
It's a
it
classic.
puts in jokes for the adults in constantly, so the parents aren't bored every year to watch with their kids because it's legitimately a funny show.
We need to explain this better. There is a show in the Netherlands around based on this holiday, Sinterklaas feest, right? Which is a racist holiday, right? And there's this show, and it once a year, when around the 5th of December, like I think like a few weeks before the 5th of December, whatever that month is, November.
I think
right?
in October sometimes. October.
Really?
It starts
Sinterklaas
very
lasts that
early on,
long?
I think,
Really?
because you get like the same. You get it once a week, and you get like 10
Right.
episodes, 5 episodes. I don't know.
I don't
I have
know.
no knowledge
I
of
haven't
it.
watched it.
It's been
To
a
be
long time
honest,
since I watched it.
yeah, same. I haven't watched it since I was an adult. But basically, there's this one show that the Netherlands hosts. I mean, the holiday Sinterklaas is a really big deal because the entire country is in on it. It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Like once every year, there's like this. A real boat comes into the harbor of the Netherlands, and there's like all these people. Like the
In
news is
almost
there.
every city, by the way, almost every
Yeah,
city does this and just
right.
pretends it happens to their city alone.
Yeah, exactly.
So
like
every
Saint
city
Claus,
who's next to
Sinterklaas.
every year they choose a random city, and then the next few days they bring the boat or a replica of the boat. It's a steamboat, by the way, like
Right.
a an old thing,
Mhm.
and they like put little things around it, and they put
Flags.
it doesn't matter. It's like the sled, but like huge, and
Right.
it's really bad for the environment, probably. But that
And
really
also-
doesn't matter. It's
Dude, a boat is so racist as well. You know what I mean?
it's literally just colonizing.
Yeah. Bro, they had
it's an
slaves on
incredibly
the
fun-
boat, right?
Besides-
That's the
besides
classic
the,
story.
Yeah, but really, besides all the controversy that hangs around it, like I've seen you know Jeppa, right? Of course, you know Jeppa.
Yeah. Jesper Bush, right?
Yeah, he's Dutch as well. He
Mhm.
every year he gets angry about it as well. So maybe you've seen it if you follow some people on Twitter. But it's legitimately just it's still like 50-50, I think. Like 50% of the people think it's insanely racist and don't think it's a good idea.
It's so
like,
racist.
It's really, to be honest, it's a fun holiday. It's fun.
It
but
is because
just
the entire country
put
gets
away
together
all
all the
dog
cities
shit.
accept this boat in like all the ports in the entire
everybody comes
country.
together.
Yeah, everybody gets together and everybody gives kids like gifts that time of year. Like
And there are like companies who are dedicated to give like presents to poor kids and stuff like that. It's just incredible.
it's a beautiful
But
holiday.
the racist,
The racism just sucks.
Exactly. It's beautiful. Like the whole cities are crowded again to see like this giant parade. It's like every year
And
we
it's
have
a
a
real
king
boat.
as well, which
It's
is
a
stupid.
real boat.
We have a king. Like I think we every year we have this King's Day, and then the
Right.
king walks around through a random city and gets like a parade with random activities through the day. Like one year, for some reason, they decided to put a worm farm there, and then the one of the princesses lost what was going on. So the worm farmer had to explain it all again. So like the princess got a lot of shit. So that's interesting to watch, but it's stupid. But
I missed
we get
that one.
almost the same thing. Like, but the Sinterklaas thing or Saint Claus is almost bigger than the king thing. It's really weird. It's
100%.
huge. It's absolutely huge.
But that's because we have this. There's an entire TV channel once a year dedicated.
To watch this, yeah.
Right, so, and they have this whole storyline. Like,
And even the news tries to walk around the fact that Saint Claus doesn't exist. Even if you watch the news, they never say the guy doesn't exist. They never talk about the
right,
actors.
because the kids have to be immersed. Right, it's all about the kids. The kids
Yeah.
have. If you were Dutch and you grow up in the Netherlands, if you're below the age of like 10, I think. Well, maybe a little bit younger.
I was told when I was like 8, I think.
Okay,
When I
so
was
if
8,
if you're below the
that
age of
magic
8,
age.
right? Okay, so if you're below the age of 8, you think that there is a white guy walking around that once a year comes to the country.
with skinny black-faced men.
Yeah, skinny black-faced men with big red lips and big golden earrings, and this white guy who's super fucking rich, who lives in a mansion in Spain, comes around once a year to give all the kids
On his
presents.
birthday to give you presents.
Yeah,
And the fun, it's fun. I think it's almost as fun as it's almost like more ridiculous than the fairy tale that is Santa
Claus?
It's
Right.
definitely way more insane. Like the story is that you have like the sled with the reindeer. So okay, that thing can fly, but we literally we have a white horse. It can't fly. It's just a white horse.
yeah. He walks on the rooftops.
He walks on
How does he
roofs.
get on the rooftops, dude?
How does he get them? Ladders, I don't know. And then you have this like you have these little slaves waddling back around them, doing
Black
random
slaves.
stuff, and then this old saint in this like old school red saint costume, who looks with a big beard, who gives them presents, and then kids put in like that's a thing that's we have this thing called pepper nuts. It's not really a pepper nut. It's a what was it again?
Kruidnoten, spice nut.
Yeah, spice nuts.
Yeah.
No, spice nuts is something else in English. It's like a
Is it?
spice. It's an actual spice. Yeah, it's an actual spice.
Oh, nutmeg. Is it nutmeg?
Yeah, nutmeg. Yeah, nutmeg.
Nutmeg. Nutmeg might be into
Nutmeg
spice
is a
nuts,
drink,
to be
right?
honest.
Nutmeg is a
no,
drink, right?
nutmeg
Name-
is nutmeg is what the fuck do you call it in Dutch? Nutmeg. Noot muscaat.
Noot muscaat.
Yeah.
Noot muscaat, which is incredible. It's a great spice.
That's alright.
It's good on. I don't like most
It's a random
Dutch dishes,
bloemkool.
but it's good. It's good on good Dutch dishes. That's about it. It's,
What's the
never
Dutch?
use it in other
Dutch
things.
what's the Dutch dishes you like? Bloemkool.
I generally don't really like Dutch dishes. It's boring.
Yeah,
I
it
like
is. The
frietsaus.
sausage is good. What's
Frietsaus is
frietsaus?
good.
What's frietsaus?
Frietsaus, yeah. You have like mayonnaise, and then you have like frietsaus. It looks like mayonnaise. It's a little less thick. It's more
Is it like oliehoorn? Like those big buckets
yeah,
of oliehoorn?
oliehoorn.
Ah, I fucking love that, dude. Whenever I eat that, I always
Way
think,
better than mayonnaise is disgusting. But
Man, no, it's not
frietsaus
disgusting,
is
but
incredible.
yeah, frietsaus is really good.
Nah, it's good in dishes, but it's I think it's gross, separate from other things. I really can't get it inside of me. I don't like the texture. The texture is good in like salads or on
Texture?
on-
You don't like
in-
the
in-
texture of mayonnaise? You're a fucking weirdo, Sully. Tycho
It's like,
Lindeboom.
it's weird. I don't like it. I've never liked it. I hate ketchup as well, but I love.
You don't like
mustard. I
ketchup?
love-
How do you eat your
Ketchup is
toasties?
disgusting. Ketchup is so gross. I can't. It's just disgusting. It's gross.
How do you eat
Like
your
the
toasties?
little water. I like curry. I like curry. Not the. I like the dish as well, but I mean like the sauce. The sauce is good with.
Right, curry
with
sauce,
toasties.
yeah.
Curry is great with toasties.
No, I eat my
or what do you call
toasties with ketchup, definitely. Not curry, bro. For
I
fucking
hate
mother.
you.
You hate
It's
me?
disgusting. That's genuinely disgusting. But I'm weird with sauces. It's I like most sauces. I just don't like most of the mainstream kind of things.
No,
We have,
friet
like,
sauce.
apple in
Friet sauce is like
great.
it's whenever I eat fries with friet sauce, which is basically fry sauce for people listening. It's
Yeah, fry
basically whenever I eat fry sauce, I always think, damn, fries are just a vessel for fry sauce. Friet sauce.
Yeah, it's literally fry
It's
sauce.
so
is
good, dude.
It's good on its own. It's just literally
I'm the same way. Dude, we're so weird. You and I are so weird, dude. But I'm the same way. It's so fucking good. Like olio and
if they
fritzsaus
sell little
is so
sticks of
good,
fry
dude.
sauce, I genuinely buy it.
Yeah, same. No, I wouldn't because I'd feel weird because it's like I feel like there's a
You need
social
that crunch,
stigma.
but if that crunch is already there,
Yeah,
and you
that's
just got the
crunch,
taste
dude.
of
That
it,
potato
that
crunch.
would be great.
Yeah, dude.
But like mayonnaise, I don't like the texture of mayonnaise on fries. I just don't really like it. It's fine in things.
Mm.
Ketchup, it's like this weird. It just tastes chemical.
No, I like
I don't
ketchup.
like it.
That's where you
No,
are
I don't
weird.
know.
I like
know.
ketchup.
It's fine. I like it. It's not. It's just too sweet for me. I'm not like
It's
a.
very sweet. But that's the whole
I don't
problem
like sweet
with
things.
that's the problem with tomatoes because people always say, "Oh, I like tomato soup," but tomato tastes like nothing. Like if you're tasting tomato
Tomato is
soup,
good within things. It's literally just a texture thing. In hamburgers, it's great because it gives it like this little moist feel to your hamburger.
yeah, and
I like.
tomato doesn't taste like anything. So if you consider tomato soup, what does tomato soup taste like? Like bouillon, I guess. That's all it tastes like.
Tomato soup just tastes like what the people think tomato tastes like. It mainly
But
tastes
tomato
like
tastes like
paprika.
nothing, dude. Tomato tastes like water and like I don't know, like some very
Maybe
vague
if
taste.
it's raw, yes, but if it's cooked tomato is great. Or
No.
like you get this like sour taste. I like this sour taste, but I don't like raw tomatoes.
Yeah, but
loose.
you say that, but whenever you like, I'm a cook by profession, right? I went to cooking school.
Yeah.
Whenever you work with tomato, you're supposed to desour it. You're supposed to bake it so the sour taste goes away. So what's left? Nothing.
I like the sour taste in tomato. That's what makes tomato great for me. If
Yeah.
we make like a pizza and we put some tomato on it, it's like my favorite part of the pizza.
That's
But
interesting.
this comes from a guy who likes pineapple pizza, by the way.
I like pineapple pizza too. Like fuck people who say pineapple pizza is
best.
weird.
It's great.
It's really
great.
good, yeah.
It tastes like it should belong on a pizza.
Yeah, pineapple is fucking great. Like the savory plus the sweet. It's awesome. Pineapple pizza is
It's
awesome.
meant to fit together.
Dude, this
I'm not a-
podcast
I'm-
this
I'm
podcast has
very
been
much-
such a mess, dude.
It's gone everywhere.
It's gone everywhere. I don't even know. Like, listen. When I'm calling you and I'm talking to you, it makes sense to me. But I don't even know if people are watching this. If it makes sense to people, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know if it makes sense.
I don't care.
No.
It's I've never been like a guy who likes very sweet tastes. I've always been like I like the savory taste more. I like the sour taste more. My favorite candies are always the sour candies.
Like
for
the
example.
the sour mats.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I like
Those are
sour
great.
mats as well. Yeah, sour
Like
mats are great.
things that burn off the top layer of your tongue. Those are great.
Yeah, I like that too.
I like really spicy stuff too. I've been brought up with like I've never been. My parents like to cook. I hate to cook. I just like to eat. I don't have the patience to cook. But I'm a good eater. I have a good taste. I think. I genuinely think I can taste. I you have this. I learned this thing recently about there's like a thing called super taster and like normal taster or something. And
I
I
don't
think I'm a super. With some people are just like 25% of the people are just more sensitive to taste, and I think I belong in that category.
What
I
does
think
that?
I have.
What does that mean? Like, what can you taste?
You just taste things more.
Like what? That 75% of people don't taste.
You
Like
can
what?
and then the 75% just taste like normal, but the other 25% like taste a bit, like can maybe taste the separate things better or can think. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really explain it. When I'm eating something, I can usually find something in the background of something, like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, well, I know what you mean because I'm a trained. I'm a cook by
Yeah.
profession. Like I'm trained to taste things in the background, but I'm wondering what you mean. Like, give me an example. Like, what's something that you taste?
I don't necessarily know an example. But it's like smell with me. It's like the same thing. It's when I can very easily like pick smells and tastes apart. When I smell something, I can usually pick what it reminds me of. Like sometimes I walk through the mall and then I say, this place smells like my friend's breath combined with mints combined with some random item of food, and then and usually people around me say, yeah, that's right. How the fuck? What the hell? And then I don't know. It's maybe I'm reading into something like weirdly, but I can usually like I have weird taste. All right, I have weird taste.
No, we'd have to go into that more when we meet up in real life. And we'll
Yeah.
get some stuff together in real life. We'll get some candies from like weird places and like we'll have a taste
Yeah.
test because that doesn't
Like
really
my
translate.
favorite, my all-time favorite, like cinnamon
I love
balls, like
cinnamon. Yeah.
those cinnamon jawbreakers, like the ones that can literally burn your tongue off. The incredibly spicy stuff. I've always loved those.
I don't know if I like. I love spicy food, but I don't like cinnamon spice.
I've been brought up with eating a lot of different stuff. We sometimes eat Dutch stuff, but Dutch, for our context, Dutch food is generally just for farming, just for to get you powered up.
Right. It's just
It's
mashed
power food.
stuff, like mashed
It's
potatoes with
mashed,
carrots mashed in
not
there, or like
yeah. You get
kale
like
mashed in there, and that's basically it.
spinach,
Right.
potatoes. It's just everything that a lot of protein. It's just
Anything
farmers'
you
food.
can mash into potatoes. It's a lot of potatoes.
It is, and a lot of meat, just raw, basic meat with nothing.
No, that's not true. It's like
Uh,
the sausage, like
You get
what's
a
it called?
little, maybe a little bit
Rookworst.
spices, but you get like a little slip. What's the word? Een speklapje, and
Well, speklap is just basically just pig skin, or like not pig skin, pig meat
despise it.
baked. That's it.
It's the most
don't
boring
like it?
meat of a pig.
Oh, dude, I
really
love
don't
it.
like it. It's just it's so bland. Pig is in generally just the most boring animal to eat to me. You look furious.
Well, it's.
My favorite is probably just cow. I love cow a lot.
I love
And
cow
deer.
too.
Yeah,
Listen,
deer is
I'm
great.
with you. Deer is great as well. Like I love wild game. I love game meat.
I like red meat a lot. Red
Same.
meat is great.
Yeah, I'm the same. But I guess I agree with you that pig is very boring, except for bacon. Like there's nothing.
Bacon
that
is great. Bacon is great.
Well, that's
It
pig.
should be crunchy though, not like the wet sloppy bacon.
No, I agree. But crispy
Should be
bacon
crunchy.
is still pig. You're just missing
Incredible.
pig.
Yeah, it's
That is pig.
pig feels more like a template for other dishes. You mean? You get what I mean? It can't really stand on its own. Chicken doesn't. Chicken is fine in like something.
I love
Beef is
chicken,
great
dude.
in like something. Huh? Chicken
I
is
love
incredible.
chicken. Yeah, chicken
Chicken
is
is
awesome.
great. Chicken is great.
Have you
Chicken
ever had
is like one of
fried
the best
chicken
meats.
skin?
Yeah, it needs to be crunchy though.
Yeah, but have you ever had like straight up like if you take a pan and you
Yeah,
heat it,
I've bought like chicken skin chips before.
yeah, like what's it called? Zilt? No, what's it called? Zult? Zult?
No clue. They
Yeah,
had
no.
them. They had them. They sometimes had them at like a shop I go to sometimes in Zwolle,
Albert Heijn.
where I go to school. Not really the Albert Heijn. It's like a little meat shop near my station. When I get bored and I have to wait on the train for like an hour, because that sometimes just happens, I just walk through the city for a moment. I hate sitting around, and there's like a little what's the word, slager, butcher.
Butcher,
There's a butcher
yeah.
close nearby who mainly a fish butcher, but he has some meat dishes as well. And I've been there like 5 times before, and I've bought like they had like chicken chips and just some small things, and I like that a lot. Like one of my favorite things. Don't have it a lot. I like blue cheese with dark chocolate a lot. It's great.
Blue cheese with dark chocolate?
Yeah, it sounds insane, but it's great.
Combine. Wait. Are you saying blue
Combined,
cheese?
like, you take like a little piece of dark chocolate and put some blue cheese on it. Trust me, it's incredible. It sounds really weird, but it works. It's
I'm
like
gonna have to try that when I'm
krentenbollen.
really high.
It's like krentenbollen met
Kaas.
with
Cheese.
with
I love
which
krentenbollen with
for some
cheese,
reason
bro.
works. I don't know why it works.
Yeah.
It works, but it just works. It's
People, I'm getting too immersed in you specifically because people watching this don't know what krentenbollen. Krentenbollen are basically like you get
buns
this
with
bun,
dried
raisins.
fruit.
Yeah,
Yeah, raisins. Yeah.
yeah. So it's
There's
buns
a
with
difference,
raisins.
Right?
What?
There's a difference with krenten en hoe heet het ook weer? Krenten en rozijnen. Dat is toch een verschil in? Ik weet het niet. So different, right?
I think krenten are maybe a different type of grape. But let's just, for simplicity, let's say krentenbollen is a Dutch type of bread, and it's basically raisins with a sweet bun, because it's kind of sweet, right?
It kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a little bit.
a sweet bun,
It's
and
like
then you
orange,
put cheese
orange.
on it.
No, not orange. It's like a very yellowish bread. The bread is very yellow often. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
kind
maybe
of like
probably
cake.
because the juices. Yeah, it feels like a bun. It feels like a bun, but a bit more
Cake-ish.
thick. Cakeish, yeah.
Did you know that? Did you know that? Oftentimes when they bake bread that's yellowish, the reason that's yellowish is because they put like a certain. They call it a bread maker. I think when you translate it literally, they put like a substance in it that's made of human hair. I don't know if that's an urban legend or real, but no, but like there's
Wait.
I swear to God, because I've worked in I'm a cook, right? I've worked in a bunch of restaurants, and we've had broodverbeteraar. Broodverbeteraar is what we call it in Dutch.
Okay.
Do you know what it means? Have you ever had it? Broodverbeteraar? Broodverbeteraar?
If I don't know.
It literally translates to bread improvement, bread improver.
Yeah,
I guess.
bread improvement. Yeah. Hair.
Yeah, well, but that's what I
Hair
heard.
China.
Yeah, China. Yeah, in China, they collect the hair.
Broodverbeteraar toe aan een product om de maaltijd te verbeteren. In de helft van de gevallen gaat het om. Dit komt uit. De China's halen sommige fabrieken de stof uit eendeveren of mensenharen. Sometimes, in some Chinese factories, when they make it. In China,
Sorry.
when they make it, they sometimes use human hair or duck feathers.
Well, duck feathers is, for some reason, duck feathers is a lot less creepy to me. But bread improver, which is a product that I've worked with before,
it sounds
to make
weird.
bread. Yeah, but it's apparently it makes bread. Yeah, but that's literally what they call it. That it's made of human hair.
It makes it more tender, apparently.
Well, I don't know if it's true, but the famous story goes that they go to China and they collect hair from like Chinese barbershops, and then they pulverize it, I guess, and then it's like a yellowish substance.
There's a BNN Farah article about it here, so I'm assuming it's true. I understand why it's duck feathers, because I think they're generally kind of greasy in some ways. Like ducks have have greasy feathers, and they're very tightly. I watched a video about it lately. They're very tightly bonded, so they have this really strong structure about it or something. So maybe that's why, but I don't really understand why it's human hairs. Why specifically human hairs? Because you have like a bunch of like animal waste, like all that.
Well, humans are the only
like,
animals that cut their hair on a regular basis, right? Imagine being in a barbershop and then you cut someone's hair and then there's a bunch of human hair around the chair.
Anyway. Why not reuse it?
You wipe it up, like you broom it up, you flush it into one place, right? And then you just collect it and then you save it in a bag and then you sell it to a baker who's gonna, I guess, mash it up and put it in his bread because apparently it makes the bread softer. And then you put raisins in there. Yeah, I mean that's
better.
I don't know if it's true, but that's the urban legend. And then you put it in your bread.
Apparently, according to the BNN Farah, it's true. So and I believe those guys.
Yeah. So krentenbollen with kaas, with cheese. So buns with raisins
it's like a sweet
and
kind of bread
human hair.
with like the taste of cheese, which works very strangely. But it's great. A lot of old people eat it though.
Like, I love it, dude. Go fuck your mother.
I love it. I love like basic krentenbollen with butter. I don't understand the people who don't eat it with butter though. Just plain.
Psychopath.
It's fine. It's just less good.
Yeah, no, those people are psychopaths.
Yeah, my brother does it. I scold him for it every time.
He's a psychopath, dude. Yeah, good for you.
He doesn't like the taste of butter. He doesn't like butter on his bread.
He's not a true Dutchman. He must be like a child of the milkman or something.
Butter is great.
Butter is
makes
awesome.
My bread so much better. It just gives it like this moist feel. No, not really moist, but it's for a lack of better word, moist. But I put on a whole painting of butter every time. I don't want to see the bread when I put my shit on, because
Yeah,
it just
same.
makes the bread taste better. It just makes it taste better. In Holland, we have like a lot of in America. In America, we have you have like a lot of cereals. In Holland, we don't really have cereals much. We have things just the things we put on our bread are more. We have more things of those. We put chocolate often on our bread. You have like
Hagelslag.
ja, hagelslag. Hagelslag is like a little bread crumbs, mostly from sugar. It's not really real chocolate. You slather your bread with it, or like vlokken, which is the same thing but like
Wait,
wider.
what's the last one you said? Volkra?
Vlokken. It's
What?
just
Oh, vlokken.
vlokken. It's just
Vlokken. It's the same as
hagelslag, but
hagelslag.
wider.
A different
It's
shape.
just wider hagelslag.
Mhm.
Yeah, just a different shape. I like it a bit better. It just gives a more crunchy texture, which I like.
No, I don't know. I like hagelslag. I prefer hagelslag.
Hagelslag. The chocolate is slightly different, I think. It's more sugary in hagelslag, I think, because the vlokken actually have to look like chocolate. Hagelslag is just brown sprinkles, so like the stuff you put on your ice cream.
It's basically sprinkles. If you're not
it's
from the
basi-
Netherlands, just imagine putting butter on your bread and then sprinkling it with sprinkles.
Chocolate
Basically,
sprinkles, like chocolate
yeah.
sprinkles. It's great. It's like one of the most popular things here. When you go to another country, when you're on a vacation or something, it's really weird picking out what you want. You have that chocolate paste. I think you have it in America. Chocolate
Yeah, they
paste
do.
in America?
Nutella, they have that. Nutella.
And Nutella.
Yeah, they have that.
I used to like it a lot, but I ate it so much that I actually get nauseous now. But my
That's
brother eats it
classic.
without butter as well. I think it's just a thing that needs butter as well.
What do you think about peanut butter? What's your opinion on peanut butter?
Peanut butter,
Sully?
it's great, but it gives me this dry feeling in my mouth. That, but it's great with like a hagelslag. I like it a lot with hagelslag, and and from time to time I like it with
Jelly?
banana or with jelly. Jelly is alright. With when I'm eating it with peanut butter, I like it like sugarless jelly, because like
Right.
jelly normally is just very sweet. I like it, but it's a bit overpowering. You mean it's a bit too much for me? Again,
Sure.
I just don't like sweet all that much. I'd like savory more.
Interesting.
It's a bit too sweet for my taste. It's weird. But I like sweet. Again, I like sweet. I just don't like it when it's too much. It shouldn't. It gives me this feeling in my mouth that which I don't like. The way I feel, I think of tastes is like a line, and then if it goes up, it's sweet. But sometimes when it's sweet, it usually goes up in a gradual, like it normally goes a bit more up within the whole time. But you have this aftertaste. It usually goes up the last moment, and if it's short, it's usually a bad aftertaste. I can't really explain it very well. It's really strange. It's just the way I think about it. I think about things in patterns a lot, and not in patterns, in waves, in rhythm.
Graphs.
Rhythm is the best way to describe the way I think. I
Mm.
think. I've never tried to explain this before, but it's the way I think about tastes. Think about it It sounds really weird now that
No,
I'm
I'm
thinking
trying to
about it. It
understand
sounds batshit insane.
But I bet it makes more sense. I bet it makes more sense in your brain than it does to me right now.
Yeah. It's hard to. I can't really explain it, but it's I don't. There's this if it's this aftertaste. If it's like a little bit sweet, and it lingers in your mouth the whole time, I get sick of it soon. It shouldn't be a little bit sweet, alone. Like you have. That's the taste of artificial sugar usually gives me
Right,
that.
I hate that.
Little, that sweet tinge, that sweet little hook of flavor, and that just sticks in your mouth, and after a while it starts to be annoying, starts to turn annoying, and I don't think that was my original point, but that's where it led me anyway.
That's
I'm
alright,
sorry everybody for
it's
being
alright.
incredibly chaotic.
You have ADHD. It's alright. Like that's when I'm constantly thinking to myself when talking to you. I'm just like, alright, he has ADHD. It's alright. We can just go from
It's
A to B to Z to Z.
noticeable.
Yeah, it's alright. Hey,
I
listen.
just forget what I was talking about and rant about another thing.
We've
thinking
almost
thinking that was the other original thing.
without looking at the time of how long this call has been. How long do you think we've been recording for?
An hour, maybe?
We've we've almost been recording for 2 hours.
Holy shit, already?
Yeah, but I like it.
Time
I'm having a
flies.
great time. It went easier than I thought it would be because I had all these notes ready. I had all these tabs open and I didn't even need them. Do you want to go
I
over the
talk
features?
easily, I think.
Yeah, no, but I love it. It's great for me because I'm a content
Oh
creator.
yeah, of course, over the 1.19 features, the thing we talked about for literally 5 seconds.
It's alright, dude. Don't worry about it.
Sorry about that.
No, it's alright. I've been really enjoying it. I hope that people watching this haven't been too disappointed with the content of the. And either way, if you were disappointed, here you are. Like we're gonna talk about it now.
If you're disappointed, why are you still listening?
Right, you fucking loser. Go fucking fuck your mother. You know.
Get pwned, noob gamers.
Yeah, exactly. What he said. What do you think about mud? Do you like that they added mud to Minecraft?
Yeah, I like the texture. I like that it made it gray. A lot
Yeah?
of people like shit on Mojang a lot because it was gray, but I actually really like that it's gray.
Yeah, people
gives
were
it,
very
like,
mad.
Yeah, it reminds me of Holland. Mud is
Gray.
here.
Dude,
like most
the
things.
winters in Holland, like Holland isn't beautiful when it's spring and summer and all that shebang, but
It's
when it's
gross.
winter, yeah, it's really
Especially
great.
now. Ever since like climate change, it's never been snowing, so it's just muddy and gross, and there's no leaves, and everything's dead. It's just boring.
Well, the weather right now is nice because it's summer. I mean, I live in the
Yeah, but it's
southern
been
Netherlands where
raining
the
a lot there
oceans are.
recently.
Yeah, true. I guess.
Here, my sky is really gray and gross.
I live in Zeeland, by the way, so for me it's not that bad.
Oh.
But the downside of
that's
Zeeland is that when it's winter, everything is gray because the dunes is just sand, so sand is gray.
Yeah.
The sky is gray. The sea is gray. There's no green where I live in the
In
winters.
Holland, for context, the sea is gray all the time. The sand is here
Right.
is gray as well. It's just gray.
Yeah,
It's
sand,
not
yeah.
very vibrant.
Mhm.
And the sky, we have shitty weather. So because we're like a flat country with next to the sea, so weather just flows over here always because we don't have any mountains.
Well, it's an oceanic
Um,
biome, right? Supposedly.
Yeah, it's an oceanic biome. No, let's talk about 1.19 again.
Yeah, no. So yeah, we've got the mud bricks, which like listen, mud and mud bricks to me is just like long overdue. You know what I mean? Like they should have had this in
Should
the
be
game.
here way earlier.
Yeah, mud, like dirt. The classic meme of Minecraft is a dirt house. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah,
should have
why not
definitely
mud?
had. Yeah, they should have definitely had mud, or dirt decoration, right?
Hmm.
What do you think about mangrove swamps?
They're generally one of my favorite biomes now.
They're
I think they're
awesome.
absolutely beautiful.
I recently
love
sailed
that
through
the,
them.
I love that the frogs aren't orange. Actually, I love that they're white because they contrast really well with the mud.
Hmm.
Orange would have worked, but white is just a little more interesting. And the fact that there are bees, it's a little empty. I guess it can use some more mobs, but it's just a thing that could be done in the future. And again, I'm making a mod, so I could maybe in the future think of some things for the mangrove. But I generally think it's a great biome.
I've
beautiful.
sailed through it like in a boat, and if you go through this mangrove forest in a boat, yeah, it's beautiful. It's really awesome. It's the trees that are overhanging, and you can go below the roots. I think it's really fucking great. The way that the
It's
saplings
generally
grow as
one of the
well,
best biomes.
very unique, right?
I don't agree with with the palette very much. I think the wood color is better, but the palette could use some slight improvements. But same goes for the mud bricks. Mud bricks have this like filter-ish look to them. They look incredible, but they still have this purple-ish thing, which obviously works because the mud has it as well, which
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense. But it looks a bit odd next to most Minecraft blocks to me. If you get what I mean.
Well, I don't really know. I like
It's
the
like
mud.
the darkest color are a bluish. So the brick looks great. The brick looks incredible. But when you put it next to like other blocks that have this same palette, it gives like it makes it stand out a little more.
Well, but it's kind of like Blackstone, right? Like Blackstone has the same.
Yeah,
Blackstone has a
yeah.
really distinct palette to it. I think it's
That's one
fine.
that's like the best bricks.
Yeah, but I don't mind it too much. I think it's fine. The only thing that irks me about mangrove wood, like the planks, is
Yeah.
it kind of looks like I don't know if if it is just me, and maybe you relate to this because you're a texture artist as well. But what do you use to edit textures? What program do you use?
It depends. I've started with Paint. I'm still very quick with Paint. So if I do a quick thing, it's usually with Paint.
Regular paint,
But
really?
if I yeah, just Paint. No, Paint.net, not Paint.
Oh, Paint.net. Yeah, I use Paint.net as well. I use Paint.net as well.
Paint.net is great. It's
Have you-
incredible. It's a
have you
really
ever
simple
used-
program. It runs really badly now, though. It runs extremely
it?
bad.
No, it doesn't
Yeah,
for me.
it
For me,
crashes
it
on my
runs
computer
fine.
a lot.
I use Paint.net as the main. Whenever I open a PNG file, the default.
I use Paint.
Yeah, same.
Same.
Paint.net. Yeah.
It's, I'm on a graphical school. I'm on CBAP. CBAP is the tagline for the school is what was it again?
Grafisch.
CBAP vakschool voor creativiteit.
Oh.
Dus
vakschool.
basically just a school for creativity. It's a creative school.
Fuck school sounds like you're saying fuck school, but fuck actually means like how do you say fuck? V-A-K.
Fuck. What's the word? Well, I forgot. Doesn't matter. It's
anyways.
just it means the school is a school for creativity.
Right.
What was I talking about earlier? I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot to.
Damn it. It's something to do with my school. God
Like
damn it. What am I
dirt,
talking about?
color palettes, Blackstone.
Yes. I have I had to buy the full Adobe Creative Cloud thing,
Right.
so I have all Adobe programs, and I have access to Photoshop, access to all that type of shit. And I still use I still use the free programs I started off with. I still use Paint a lot for most of my basic.
When you
edit,
say Paint, you
because
mean
I don't-
Paint.net, right?
Paint.net, yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to start a program that takes 5 minutes to start just to make change like 3 pixels. I don't
Right.
want to do that. It takes
Right.
so much time, and I'm insanely quick with Paint. I can do most things in like
Same.
3 seconds.
Same. Yeah.
Because it's the thing I've learned to do skins in. I've started off making skins in NovaSkin when I discovered I
Yeah,
I didn't
same.
even know I could make skins, by the way. I just made it in NovaSkin. Then because I didn't know I could do it 2D. Then I learned that I could do stuff in 2D. Then I instantly switched to 2D. And I've been doing that in Paint.net forever.
Right.
Then I recently, I think like a year ago or maybe half a year ago, I bought Sprite. Sprite
Right.
is really nice. It looks really good. It's like one of the best looking programs, I think.
It's made for
Um,
pixel art, right? It's like.
It's made for pixel art specifically.
hmm
But I have some slight problems with it. But mainly those are the problems with me being really handy, really good with Paint.net. Just missing the things I got in Paint.net
Right.
and not
'Cause you're
knowing
so
where
used
it
to
is in Sprite.
I get it.
Yeah, I'm just used to it, and I have trouble switching programs. I have trouble learning new programs because I know I can do this thing in another program. So you know what? You probably understand that. But
I honestly, I don't see myself ever changing away from Paint.net because it is just
Paint.net is great.
even if
My
it's
main
not
problem
if it's
with
not this best program, you can do anything you can do with Photoshop that you can do with Paint.net. It's just Paint.net. It might require extra steps, maybe, but it's
a
just
bit more
I'm so
limited.
fast
Yes,
at it.
it's
But it's just what
definitely-
I've become fast in. You know what I mean? Like I can just
Definitely,
blindly
yeah.
use all the shortcuts and all the layers, like all the shit. I'm just so fast in it. I just don't feel myself. I just don't see myself ever
No.
switching to a different program.
Most things you can do with separate programs in Paint.net. You can install things
Right.
into your Paint.
Also,
which does
just with
take up a lot
layers.
of OneDrive. It's saved into my OneDrive. It does take up a lot of space. One of the main
Alright.
reasons I had to buy OneDrive Premium is because of my Paint extensions.
All right.
But Photoshop is very good. It's just incredibly slow. My main problem with Photoshop is that it's just slow. It annoys me, and I
Yeah.
have trouble learning new programs. But
because Photoshop has so many features you'll never use, right?
yeah,
Such a high
it's-
percentage of features in Photoshop are features you're
it's
never
just a
going to
bit
use.
overwhelming. You open a program and you see like 20,000 little features.
Right,
When
I'm the
you
same
only
way.
need to do a simple thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to deselect things because the whole screen is cluttered with new things I've never seen before.
Right.
And Sprite kind of has the same thing. I still don't understand most things of it, but my main problems with H-Sprite is just that the layering thing just absolutely sucks balls. The way the layers work in H-Sprite is just incredibly annoying. Compared to Paint.net, I'm used to Paint.net, so maybe it's
same.
great for people who started with Sprite. But like the colors in Sprite, I'm for some reason I find it easier to pick a good color in Sprite than in Paint.net, even though I think it's basically the same color picker. I never used the pre-made palettes from Sprite and Paint.net, by the way. I just make my own palette. I just change it along the way. I color pick the colors if I want it back, because I'm lazy. But I tend to get better colors if I make the palette in Sprite. I don't really understand why, but I just do. And if I have to make 2D sprites, I do it in Sprite. I do most things I do in Sprite, but if I have to edit quick things, like if I have to make a skin and I want to change only one color of all colors, I know very easily how I can do it in Paint, so I do it in Paint.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Paint's awesome. Paint.net is awesome. What I was referencing Paint.net for is, I don't know why, and I don't know, maybe you relate. Have you ever used the change color tool in Paint.net?
No, never.
When you use that tool,
maybe once or twice, but I always put I usually go for the staff and just put it on sensitivity 0, and then put it on the cloud, and then select the color I want.
right?
Because it's a bit buggy.
Yeah,
but I don't work in very high resolutions often, so.
If you've ever used the color changer tool, the mangrove wood kind of looks like Jappa just took the oak wood and just used the color changer tool.
It does, yeah. It looks
like there's just like a transparent layer of red over it. You know what I mean? Like
wait
how
a second,
you can have.
You're silent all of a sudden on my screen. I think it's a cable thing in my.
Oh, that's alright.
Boy, you're really silent in some. I've been fiddling with my cable, by the way, so that may be the reason.
Ooh, I don't think my my recording software changed. I don't think I touched anything. Sully? I don't hear you at all anymore. It's kind of iconic. I don't hear it at all anymore.
Well?
Yeah,
well,
now I hear you. Now I hear you.
There's this slider on the back of my headset, and I accidentally put it all the way down.
Alright.
I forgot that was a thing.
But do you know what I mean? Like the mangrove wood kind of just looks like, maybe it looks like oak wood, and someone put a transparency layer of 128.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. It's fine. It kind of looks a bit transparent, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it just looks like color changed. It just looked like somebody just took the oak wood and just put a orange layer over it, or like a red layer over it, and changed the translucency to 128, which is half of what a full color is, because a full color is 255. If you're not into retrospect, this won't make any sense, but it just kind of looks like that. It just kind of looks like somebody just changed the colors of it, literally, which isn't what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to change the palette appropriately, right?
I think I'll make a retrospect at some point, kind of retouching up on those, because that's my main problem with mangrove wood. I like the texture quite a lot. The color palette is just kind of weird.
Well, the color is unique, but the palette is weird.
Yeah, the palette is weird. The color looks good. The palette is just weird.
Yeah, if you're not into micro retrospects, again, this is gonna sound really weird, but that's our hot take on it.
I'm a guy who has been digging through files before they've been even making a resource pack. So
right.
So yeah.
I mean, that's where they have Sully's tweaks, right? That's like a famous.
Sully's tweak was just me being bored.
And autistic.
I'm annoyed by this really specific feature. Let's fiddle around. First of all, it started as a private thing, and then I found it fun just tweaking things.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. That's how I started Barely Default as well. Just like you notice all these little inconsistencies, and you just want to make the game better for yourself, and you end up making an entire fucking resource pack out of it.
like most of my things in Sully's Peeves, people called me an asshole before because some of the things are so small they can't even notice a difference.
Right.
Which I understand. As a non-pixel artist, some things may be harder to see, and even as a pixel artist, some of my changes are just 1 pixel.
Because you're autistic as fuck. You notice changes and you notice inconsistencies that most
It's just me being bored.
normal
to be honest.
people wouldn't notice. Yeah, exactly.
I am seeing with pixel art. It's very easy to see. I have opinions of things very easily, and Sully's Peeves just started out as me just. What if I tried this? And I did it. What if I tried this? Because like my main problem with a lot of blocks since in 1.18 is just very low contrast.
Right.
Copper has insanely low contrast on the
Right.
lower parts, which doesn't really look great. Everything looks a bit faded, a bit boring. So I changed that. So then I looked at Moss. Moss is just has this particularly tiling issue which bothers me. Then I just fucked around with it and then tried to make a better texture. Then it's just what it ended up as as what it is right now. Then the top of like an observer, it wasn't updated. Then I updated the entire observer. Or these small things that bothered me, and I thought, I'm bored. Let's tweak that. And
yeah, like the lightning rod that I took from your pack and put it into bare default. Where the lightning rod, it's such a silly change as well because it's a change. Whenever a lightning rod in Minecraft is struck by lightning,
you see it for
changes
one tick.
texture. Yeah, it's one tick. For one frame, you see this. The texture changes from the regular lightning bolt to a completely white texture. But that completely white texture can actually be changed to whatever we want. And it's only on screen for, like you said, for one tick, one frame. But you could improve the texture because it's a completely white texture, which sucks, right? It has no details.
I just noticed it was completely white. I originally thought it was just made with code that it was completely white. Through digging through the files, which I did out of boredom and just thinking, what should I do next? Is there another thing I could tweak? And I saw a completely white square and then looked at it. Oh, that's the lightning rod. That makes sense. Let me tweak that. And I just did that.
But I love that sort of shit, man. I mean, no one's going to notice, especially if anyone uses either of our packs.
I don't care.
No one's ever going to notice.
It's just fun for me to do.
Yeah, I'm the same. Because someone who's autistic as me, or you, I guess, is going to notice, right? It's going to notice that it's shit and that it could be improved. Right? And that's all that matters.
It's not necessarily always shit. It's just me. It for me, it's just... this doesn't look too great. Let me try and improve upon it. So for me, when I saw the glow vines, those look great.
Glow lichen.
They have a pretty good texture.
Low contrast,
just a bit
though.
flat.
Yeah,
they're a bit flat. They're just flat. So I added some noise to it, made them more similar to other leaves. Or then I looked at some textures have blatant texture problems, just blatant. There's a tiling issue. That's an easy fix. Just one of my major things I put off for a while when I was making the texture was like the netherwart block, and that netherwart item was redone in an instant. I just redid the texture. It didn't take too much time, but the netherwart block has this weird pea-like texture issue in it, and making that texture look like the original texture, but looking good is really hard.
Right.
So I put a lot of effort into that, and just that's all right. And it's mainly a me thing. It's mainly just me being bored and seeing stuff I didn't really like and just trying to improve the game. Like the top of Deep Slate bothers me till this day.
Why? I like Deep Slate.
The top Deep Slate is great, but the top of Deep Slate just kind of looks like programmer art to me. Yeah, it has first of all, it has a slight tiling issue, and it has these hard lines, which made it look really flat compared to the sides.
We're such nerds, dude. Yeah, I get what you mean. It's the same. Have you ever looked at basalt pillars? Like the not pillars, but like just regular basalt, I guess, the way it appears in the basalt deltas biome.
Issue, I think, yeah.
Well, the thing with basalt, and I fixed it in my resource pack, but the thing with basalt is that the top texture, first of all, it has a completely different palette from the side texture. But if you look at a full basalt block, the top texture doesn't at all match the side texture. It just looks like a completely different block.
Weird.
Yeah, have you ever looked at it? basalt.
I remember liking the block, but
show
I
you.
don't go to the Nether very often. Wait, let me look. Basalt.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll
I
show you.
think it works. I think the texture when because there's a line in basalt, but that works because that's just how basalt works IRL.
No,
Basalt.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna have to Google it, but
My
okay.
main one thing I immediately wanted to change when I noticed it was the cows, because I'm at my page right now, by the way. This is my because I forget
Okay,
what I did.
look at basalt. I sent a picture for you.
It looks
Pictures
weird.
here. Well, the
Looks
problem is that
incredibly-
the top texture is good, the side texture is good as well, but the side texture and the top texture, they don't blend together.
No.
Right? They look like two completely separate textures. And what I've done on my texture pack, I've added CDM to the side texture.
Yeah, so it blends.
Yeah, because it doesn't blend at all. It just looks like whatever the palette is on the top texture, it doesn't ever show up on the side texture. The side texture just looks like a completely separate texture.
It's strange. I never looked at it that way. I like the top texture. I like the side texture a lot. I think they work.
Same.
But
They
don't
both
work
of the textures are
together.
good. Yeah, exactly. That's what I did. I added CDM to the side texture so that if the side texture ever blends with the top texture, it has a custom, just a custom side texture because it doesn't match. You know what I mean?
A thing I really wish they would change. Like
We're such
if
nerds,
I could
dude.
pick one thing, huh?
We're such nerds. Yeah.
I don't care. It's just
Me neither.
I like this game. I've been playing it for most of my life. So I think I have the right to critique some of certain things about the textures. My main issue is this. I'll send you this texture and this image. I'm on my Sully Peeves page, so I can remember the things I do.
All right.
Because I don't. This image. The way cow spots work in the
Oh,
game
right.
still
Yeah, same. I fixed it as well.
genuinely pisses me off.
You know what's wild? It's wild that Jappa reworked the cow texture, but he never fixed this. Jappa just straight up went, fuck it, I don't care. He just
The old
improved.
textures for all the animals are really strange. Because the way the chicken model works itself, it's flipped. The
Is it?
sheep texture is flipped as well. The sheep texture is, I think it's made on its back, like as if it's standing up.
Right, no, I remember that. It's the same if you
And that's
ever
really
open a
weird.
sheep. If you open a
So-
sheep in Blockbench, you'll notice the same thing.
Yeah, and the whole wool part of the sheep is 6 pixels high because they just enlarge it in Blockbench. It's just
Right.
a bit bigger. I can't speak.
Did you just say the N-word?
No.
I'm kidding.
It's just bigger. When you look at it in game, it kind of looks bad, but it's fine. It's passable, so I won't change it. I mean, it's fine.
No, you
I'm
should change it. That's what Sully's Peeves is all about, like changing all these wild, meaningless
being an
changes.
asshole.
Yeah, being a
Yeah,
fucking asshole.
Being a fucking asshole. I should probably change it. Yes, I should
Have you-
probably do it at some point.
What do you think about the basalt bricks, or the basalt texture? Now that you've seen my critique on it, are you gonna change it for Sully's Peeves?
I don't know.
Peeves.
My main problem with Solid Peeves is I don't want certain builds to be broken with my pack. I want my pack to
Right.
be used and just being simple things. Like you don't need Optifine for my pack. You don't need anything for my pack. You just install it. Most people probably won't notice this different. Maybe now since I changed dirt a bit.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
I kept my dirt loyal as well. I like the way certain people handle dirt, but I want my dirt to look as close to the original as possible. I don't really care about about updating a dirt texture. Dirt works perfectly fine. I just made one and I think it looks kind of good, and then I got used to it, and now I just put it in my pack. It's just what happened. I wouldn't put it in Otherwise. I'm not used to having like shaded hearts in my because I found that in the files there are potion effects that have hearts that are updated.
What do you mean?
So in the potion effects and parts are hearts. The hearts that in your inventory bar, the bar below your screen, are.
You mean
actually
above
updated.
your experience bar? Those hearts?
Yeah,
Right.
it's just not in the icons texture. So I put it there. And then I updated the hunger bar a bit because there's a hunger thing in the hunger icon for potions is updated as well. Has a better palette. I use that palette.
Right.
Or
no, I get
small
what you mean.
things like upsize textures here in mainly the realms textures are disgustingly bad.
The realms texture, I don't think Jappa even knew about the realms textures when he
No,
reworked the
I
textures.
updated all of those. It took me a day,
Yeah,
but I
same.
updated all of those.
Yeah, I did
And
the
then
same.
if you select server or world or a resource pack, there's this arrow
Yeah.
which is upscaled, which I never noticed. But when I noticed, it started to annoy me, and then I changed it.
Yeah, this is such a
And
weird
then
part of the podcast where only people who are really, really into Minecraft resource packs are
really
gonna get it.
stupid. We're really
Yeah.
like nitpicky assholes.
Yeah, it's wild. What do you think about Minecraft, the boats with chests that have recently
good.
been added? It's good, but that should have been in Minecraft for like
I
10
will
years,
never
right?
use it. That's good.
Never? That's so useful though.
Never.
It's more useful
I
than
don't.
llamas with their chests. It's more useful
I
than
didn't even
donkeys.
know about that. I didn't even know that was a thing. That you could do that. I didn't even know that. I'm generally a chaotic guy. My chests are just a mess everywhere. When I walk around, I usually have a full inventory, but I can easily discard just the things I don't need. I don't really have. I go back and forth a lot because I don't. I don't take more pickaxes than I should than one. So if I'm mining something for a build, I probably have to go back. I don't forget to do it. So I'll go back anyway. So why care about taking a whole boat with me?
No, I do
Because
that. I would do that.
I
Boats with chests are really cool, but I think they should have been added a long time ago. You know.
yes, they're great.
Um,
I don't. I already forget that. I forgot that was a thing.
what do you
To be
think
honest,
about frogs?
they're incredible. I
Cool,
love
right?
frogs.
The animation
But I
is
love
really
frogs
fucking
in real life
awesome.
as well. So
Sorry? Oh yeah.
I was incredibly excited. That was immediately probably my favorite feature of the update.
I saw it on your
Frogs.
Instagram as well. You on your Instagram, Tycho Lindeboom, obviously.
Oh, you
You
did
have
some research.
Yeah, I mean, I got the tabs open right now. I got 2 monitors, baby. You have so many pictures of you with frogs. Just
I love frogs. Frogs are cool.
yeah, I guess they're
They,
cool.
but there's this. Let me rant about this. This annoys me. This annoys the fuck out of me.
Go for it, buddy.
iPhone's cameras for some reason only focus on the heads of mammals.
Wait, what?
iPhone cameras focus on certain things like faces and that sort of things. For some reason, they only focus on mammal faces.
Oh, it doesn't
And
recognize bugs?
no, if you make a picture of like an amphibian, it takes so much time to get it focused right.
Right. Well, that makes sense.
Or an insect, because it doesn't recognize it as an animal.
Well, that
So
makes
most
sense,
of my
right?
frog pictures have the head slightly more blurry than the body, because for some reason it does focus on the body, just not the head.
Well, that makes sense, right?
It makes sense. It's just slightly annoying for someone who loves frogs.
Yeah, no, I get it. I love frogs too. What's always a little bit weird to me is that whenever Minecraft has obviously been around for like, I don't know, 12 years now, I think.
Since 2009, technically. So
Like,
it came out in 2010, I think.
yeah, so
So
12 years Minecraft's been around for a long time. And what always is interesting to me is that whenever Mojang adds a new mob, they always go above and beyond. Like with bees, for example, they dedicated an entire update to bees. Bees are so fucking intricate. They have so many little
They're
features.
perfect.
Yeah, bees are so fucking cool. But then when you compare bees to like cows, which is a mob that appears way
They
more
should
often.
one of my main things, I hope they revisit old things like mobs. Because
Same.
I don't necessarily think that they need a model update. Maybe some
Well,
things
I
like
do think that, obviously, as the guy who made barely
I
default.
know, but I think the original models have a lot of charm in them. The
guess.
goofy flat head of the cow. It just has some charm to it.
I
Or
guess.
it's no offense. It just sticks with me. I like the style a lot. It just feels like like Minecraft to me.
Sure, but even feature-wise, like if you look at frogs now, for example, like first of all, there's a specific item for their eggs, right? Frog spawn,
Yeah.
and then you have a completely different mob, which is the tadpole, and then you have
Yeah.
3 versions of the frog depending on what biome it hatches in. Like that's so much detail. And then they also have a use whenever they attack magma creams. Whenever
You get
that
a new block.
happens, yeah, you got 3 new blocks, dude, depending on the frog color.
Yeah.
So frogs just have so much detail, even though they don't appear that much compared to a cow, which appears all the fucking time, or a sheep, or a pig. Mobs that appear
But
all
you
the
just
fucking
need
time.
some more detail.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what though.
Which isn't a
That's
downside.
the problem.
You don't know what they could add to cows? Well, first of all, they could
No,
add
no.
cows for like I've done in my research pack. I've added cows for highland biomes, like
Yeah,
cows
they
that
could
spawn in-
usually just some variation.
Yeah, or like I've also added two savannas. I've added like really dark cows, like black cows, like kind of like
Yeah.
buffaloes almost. You know what I mean?
The one with the horns.
Yeah, exactly. Like even that's a small change, but they could do that, right?
I agree.
And maybe they could add
Although,
like a
I just like the flat head of the old mobs. I think
I
they
g-
have some charm.
yeah, I guess, but it only has charm because of nostalgia. If they reworked it,
Yeah,
I
that's
wouldn't
true
be
as
mad.
well.
You know,
If it started out, it probably would be better.
that's
But,
that's the whole point, right?
It's
That's
so incredibly classic. I think it's like the it's one of those things that I don't think they will ever change.
like the creeper texture.
Like the creeper. I think, by the way, I think the creeper texture looks fine. No, the creeper texture looks kind of like shit.
It
but
does.
It for some reason works. Like the
Well-
dirt. Dirt doesn't look good very much, but it works.
Listen, in my research pack, I've changed dirt and I've changed creeper textures, and my creeper texture rework actually got a thumbs up from Jappa. I don't know if you ever saw that on Twitter, where Jappa replied to
me
my
see.
creeper textures.
Mickey Joe.
I think if you Google Monsieur Mickey Joe, which is my Twitter name, and
Come on, phone.
Jasper
Found 'em already.
Boerstra, have you
They
found
look
it?
good. Yeah, they look nice. By the way, I found a
Look! I'll send you the
talking about somebody
literal
else.
tweet right now. This is a
I found
literal
it.
tweet where Jappa talks about my creeper textures. Have you found it?
Let me see. I
He
found
he
it.
replied to me on Twitter,
Uh,
and he gave me some
Oh, cool.
advice on how
you
to
get some
tweak my,
feedback.
yeah, I got some
Nice.
feedback from Jappa. That was cool.
Look nice. I found, by the way, I don't know if you know Crafty Ghost. He recently made
Yeah,
a
I do.
really good creeper retexture.
Let me
Wait,
find
let
him.
me see. Crafty. He doesn't really post much on Twitter anymore. He mainly posts on Discord. So let me find it. I've just tried to find. I have to go in a bit, by the way. So sorry about that.
No, it's fine. We've been going for like over 2 hours, dude. Don't worry about it.
Where's the creeper texture? Where's the creeper texture, my guy? He posts every day, so it's hard to think like to find the old stuff back. Let me see. Creeper. Here. Here. He was remaking this mutant creeper from the mutant mod.
Right,
Here.
I know the mod.
I don't think you could put this in the video because it's his stuff, and so but it's you know the idea. I think it's legitimately one of the best creeper retextures I've ever seen.
Because it completely embraces the vanilla.
It completely embraces the
Right.
vanilla look and it looks great.
No, it does. I like what he's done.
But I have to go now, so
Yeah, no,
it's
man.
been a good time.
It's been a blast. I actually have so
It's been
much
a
more
great
stuff
time.
we should talk about. So we should definitely do this again. I think we've been going for like
Yeah.
2.5 hours, by the way.
Jesus.
Where can
Well.
people find you, Tycho Lindeboom?
On
ModSully?
Twitter, just Google @ModSully, ModSully, and then most of my other account is linked in my bio, and that's about it.
Yep, it is. And then you have an Instagram link to that as well. I mean, listen, I'm excited to see more stuff from you in the future. I think you shouldn't feel bad about any exposure you might get. I definitely won't feel bad about any exposure this podcast will get by having you in it, because I hope that this gets a lot of views, obviously. Thanks for coming on, man. I mean, it's been a blast. We've had a lot of fun. I feel like this definitely isn't the end of MD Trips with Tycho Lindeboom,
Definitely not.
which is also 100% what I'm going to be calling you, Tycho Lindeboom.
Well, have a good time then, because I have to go really now.
Yeah. You should
Bye.
go, man. You should go, man. Thanks for sticking around, and see you around, buddy.
I'll see you around. Bye.
Bye, man. Ciao. And thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching MD Trips with Tycho Lindeboom. I mean, listen, I've already said everything I needed to say in that podcast. ModSully, check him out. Obviously, he's a really chill guy. I mean, I've had him around. I've had Tycho. I mean, listen, comment below if you can say the word Tycho. I've had this guy around in my friend group for a while because he's a great artist that's done a lot of admirable stuff, a lot of classic Minecraft textures that you might be familiar with, which might be actually the reason why you're watching this video. Jesus Christ, look at this shit, man. I mean, that's a great fucking artist, dude. Jesus Christ, just some nerd shit. Listen, if you're watching MJ Trips and you are in a Minecraft nerd, why are you watching this? Why are you watching this? Because this won't make any sense if you're not a Minecraft nerd. But if you are a Minecraft nerd, you'll know Tycho Lindeboom, and you'll know that I love you, man. And thanks for watching MJ Trips. And yeah, look forward to more Tycho Lindeboom ModSully on MJ Trips. And make sure to subscribe and like. And this has been such a long podcast. I don't even know what to add at this point. That's all I can say, man. Like, subscribe, and follow my guy ModSully on Twitter, even though it makes him feel bad to have followers. And I'll see you next time, man. See you around on MJ Trips. Bye. 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 Bye.